Z not watching the hair game? Oh, we'll keep track of it. But honestly, I didn't know that they'd already won 4. They've already won 4. I thought they'd only won 3. The hair game is on, baby. That's pretty sick. I'm happy for him. What do you think of the halftime show? It was good. I enjoyed it. I was vibing. Most watched halftime show ever, actually. Pretty amazing considering it wasn't even in English. What's up, big dogs? Welcome to the stream. Happy Olympics. Happy... I don't know. What happened this weekend, dude? I was out of town this weekend. I went down to Virginia to watch my beloved Virginia basketball team. And they won, which was pretty sick, dude. Pretty sick. They won. No, I'm not going to forget as long as you remind me. As long as you remind me I'm not a pleb, I am not going to forget. Auto Matrix, thank you for the 76 months as part of the Hammers, you beautiful human being. It's great to see you. Nothing But Thieves, thank you for the 4 months. Barso, thank you for the 34 months. Henry with the 18 months. Ildman with the 9 months. Hell yeah, brother. Hobo John with the 18 months. Mirodan with the 30 months. Just got an ad. Always a great resub reminder. Quadruple Double, thank you for the 40 months with the Prime. We've already spent like $50 of Jeff Bezos' money today. Madison, thank you for the 26 months of the Prime. RRFC, thank you for the Prime. Hell yeah, buddy. I'm home today because my youngest daughter is sick. And what did I get? A Z stream? You're damn right. Anders, thank you for the 30 months as well. I hope you enjoyed watching your alma mater beat us, Fire Autry. Yeah, the Syracuse does not look that good. Syracuse did not look that good at basketball. As a Syracuse alum as well, that was not good to see. But I feel like I'm helping out my other team with that win. I am. Now, but what happened this weekend? Couple of things that I did notice. There's a couple things that I did notice. Sweden won the curling. Damn it! I was emotionally invested in the U.S. mixed doubles curling team. I watched their semifinal yesterday. I cannot believe they have let me down by losing to Sweden. The U.S. with the silver in mixed doubles curling, Italy with the bronze, and Sweden has won the gold. Yeah, I love the Olympics. I've been keeping track of the Olympics. They've been awesome. But in the world of football, what happened this weekend? In the world of football, what happened this weekend? Because I feel like, how many Premier League matches are today? Why are there 4 Premier League matches today? Nothing much. Way too late to start streaming. Lucas, I don't know what to tell you, man. This is when I could start streaming today. So you're just going to have to sack up and live with it. I'm just kidding. I'm happy you're able to make it, even if it is late. Because it is late. Earned is, thank you for the Prime. I did post in the schedule updates on the Discord. I let you guys know I was going to be late today. I did, however, not post at all that I wasn't going to stream yesterday, even though I knew that ahead of time. So bad Zealand. Bad Zealand. Busy getting my way back up from Virginia after going to watch that basketball game. Did you read The Kicker? My football page, the main article about you, so nothing is going on. Nice! FM streamer and a kicker. Something's happened. What is this? See the link from Kicker. What is Kicker? A German news site. Agree and continue. Advertising and tracking or by subscription. See, the interesting thing is I think I can read it behind this, which is kind of nifty. Oh, it's about the video about low viewer counts. Ah, all right. What you wrote about me, I'll let you advertise to me. That seems fair. Oh, well, maybe not. Okay. Dating for senior singles. What is... I have no idea how I've been targeted for this. Absolutely no idea. This makes absolutely no sense. Dating for senior singles. I have no clue who they're talking about, because it certainly is not me. W Hot Moms. All right. A clear failure. Content creator Zealand criticizes FM26. Great! Chad, have we reached the level where everything we say turns into news articles? That's so fun! Varela must be over there is crazy work, by the way. Crazy work. Marcelo, thank you for the 18 months. Bless the rains down to Malia.
Hello, Mr. Z.
Yeah.
Best sports arena in the US in your opinion?
Best sports arena in the United States, in my opinion. Madison Square Garden for basketball. Don't think you're going to get anything better than that. Define late. Nice. Luke, thank you for the 29 months. Forming Poland, Lithuania, and EU5 and watching Z win La Liga if Carlsberg did Tuesdays. Hell yeah, that sounds sick. I wish I could do that in EU5. Maestro Messi, thank you for the 9 months. Thoughts on the Lindsey Vonn crash? Had nothing to do with her ACL. She, was airborne and clipped one of those little flag things. When you go to the Olympics at 41 for downhill skiing, there is always the chance that your body explodes. And her body exploded. She has gone to the hospital a bunch of times. I think, fortunately, she's, kind of okay. Just needs a couple of surgeries for a pretty badly broken leg. But she, she has all of her legs. We'll start there. That's pretty solid. PT, thank you for the 2 months. Thank you for the 3 months, Paula. Thank you for the primes. Mads, thank you for the 17 months. Mr. Z, best sports arena. Oh, you were the one that asked that. Jeez, Mads, all the questions. Riley Sheba with the Baker's half century and the 51 months. Thank you for the prime. We have spent a ridiculous amount of Jeff Bezos money. Just in the last 3 minutes, we've spent $25 of Jeff Bezos' money. It's ridiculous. On the defense, thank you for the 8 months as well. I appreciate you. Now, Chad, it is never not weird to say something on a passing stream and then have an article. Somebody said this is the biggest football magazine in Germany. Are there any? There should be. Can we get rid of these senior day? I'll save that for later. Senior singles. All right. What is kicker? My offense. No offense to them. Obviously, I'm not fluent in German. Next up, live stream fail. I don't know if they have their tendrils in the football manager sphere. To be perfectly honest, kicker is huge. It is the biggest German sports magazine. Oh, okay. Interesting. Content creator has nothing good to say about either FM26 or Sports Interactive. Oh, this is fun. I didn't necessarily feel like that's how I represented it, but I guess this is where we're at. You know what I'm saying? All right, lock in. I'm going to hit that F11. What do we got? Despite numerous updates, the player numbers for Football Manager 26 remain comparatively low. This is, of course, translated by Google Translate. According to data from SteamDB, the number of concurrent users currently fluctuates between 45 and 52,000. By comparison, its predecessor, FM24, attracted around 78,000 users in the same period. The rapid downward trend since November is hardly surprising. 26 was released with numerous bugs, and the new user interface was met with strong disapproval from many fans. Although developer Sports Interactive has since fixed several bugs via updates, a lasting turnaround is yet to materialize. Hey, Uncanny Tina, thank you for the 16 months. I freaking wish. Gorbas, thank you for the tier 1 as well. Welcome to an elite online gaming community. Thank you guys for all the subs. I miss you too. Basically, German L'Equipe. Oh, so this is a big deal. This is a girthy deal right here. The rapid downward trend since November is hard. Oh, right, I already read that. Return to FM24. FM content creator Zealand doesn't believe the community is fundamentally turned away from the series. Quote from me, it's split. Some are simply going back to FM24, he explained in one of his streams. The numbers support his theory. Between 20... Yeah, I guess. Between 20 and 25,000 players are still active in the predecessor. Adding these to the current FM26 users brings the total number of players approaching the same number who are playing FM24 in the same period after its release. Despite his criticism of the current version, Zealand had little good to say. His assessment was clear. FM26 is a definite failure. The ambition had been different. It was supposed to be the new era, not just keep up, but offer more. Better accessibility, better graphics. Instead, it offers... almost 50% more.
Did you hear about the spider that lost its job to AI? It was a web designer.
Why is my like song so sad? Give me a shuffle. Full shuffle of the like songs. All right, there we go.
I bought my wife a brand new iron for Valentine's Day, but she got mad and refused to take. I added it to my golf bag.
Web designers a B+. Etlin, thank you for the 52 months. I'm going C+ on that dad joke. Nose for it, thank you for the 4 months. So my wife is mad at me. I don't know why. She put up a picture of Orion's belt, and I told her it was a giant waste of space. B. That's a solid joke. Always a way day. Thank you for the 20 months as well. It was a web designer. You get a B+. You win out of those 3. For sure. All solid dad jokes. So there were no more excuses. All right. What else did I say? I forgot. The player numbers are therefore, quote, a very good indication that the new football manager is a complete failure. The 30-year-old, we didn't need that, dog. We didn't need that. I'm still getting used to that. That's a new thing. We didn't need to hit it with the 30-year-old. Could have just said the guy, you know. Somewhere between 30 and 40.
Hi Zed, a tailored dad joke for my 1 year as a son.
What the hell is
Why
this,
did the Ottoman
kicker?
army collapse with disease? There was a problem in their
Anything.
school.
The 30-year-old? Somewhere between 30 and 90. The elderly man, the 30-year-old, is particularly critical of the increased focus on consoles. While these might boost user numbers in the short term, they often lack the emotional connection. The average console or Netflix player doesn't have the same emotional investment as PC players. This refers to the particularly dedicated community that lives and breathes the FM outside the game. For example, fans who travel to visit the clubs they virtually manage. Despite all the criticism, Zealand still sees
Speaking
potential.
of 30.
He does. Thank you for including that. Especially with the new engine. However, he believes the development team messed up the current installment in so many ways. He also attributes the particularly harsh reactions to the cancellation of FM25. Otherwise, people would probably been a bit more lenient. This way, there was no more excuses. In the end, it was all just smoke. That's from a while ago. I feel like I said that a while ago. Kyle, thank you for the 30 months. Speaking of 30, nice. Sandero, thank you for the year. A tailored dad joke for my 1 year as a sub. Why did the Ottoman Empire Why did the Ottoman army collapse with disease? There was a problem in their stool. Because the Ottoman in the living room. All right. Lamb, thank you for the 23 months. I appreciate the prime. Igor, thank you for the 10 months of the prime. Sorry to save the custom. Oh, that'll read it to me.
Started to save with a custom database with all
C.
South
I give
American
it a C.
leagues. Playing with Simon Bolivar to win all the leagues and become the Libertador de America.
So just some minor modifications to that database, Igor. Thanks for the 10. Just minor. All right. In the end, it was all just smoke. They keep go. Okay, we're almost to the end, and then we can finally read about Edema, which is what we were really here for. He is also skeptical of the interview series with studio CEO Miles Jacobson. Statements that they intended to release a completely finished game set off alarm bells for him. His conclusion, in the end, it was all just smoke and mirrors. Anyone who plays FM26 for 5 minutes will realize that the game isn't finished. Nevertheless, Zealand believes Sports Interactive is taking the situation seriously. SI is very sensitive, unlike EA, who wouldn't care. Dude, now I'm flaming EA? Great. Who wouldn't care about something like this? He considers the negative reviews a shock to the system. After all, the studio received almost exclusively positive reviews for years. Despite all the negative points, Zealand enjoys playing the new installment, which, according to him, underlines the title's potential. I mean, this is just, I don't know. I feel like normally,
wow, 5 months away from 30, you know, like your age.
Daria, thank you for the 25 months. I appreciate you. Thank you for the prime. Other than that, I have no nice things to say. The Ottomans had a standing army. It was a good joke. It was a good joke. I'll go B+. I don't think I ever actually rated it. It was a good joke. I'm on console just wondering why my scouting range says no range set, but I can't set it to world. Dave, I've actually never played on console, so I don't know if I can help you there. Bob, thank you for the 25 months. Thank you for the prime.
I'm not using Amazon anymore. I ordered some grain from Amazon for my chickens. It arrived all fine, but then they sent me an email asking for my feedback.
B, Bob, thank you for the 25 months of the prime, dude. B, you're gonna
My
B.
wife said, I can think of 14 reasons to leave you, plus your obsession with tennis. I replied, that's 15, love.
Well, cool. German news has me flaming. Never become part of the news. Look, I didn't. I'm just streaming. I just keep streaming. Said, never become the news. I'm just streaming, dude. I'm just streaming. The 15 love is ridiculous. The 15 love is ridiculous. I'll give it an A-. I'll give it an A-. I'm just streaming. Apparently, me streaming and talking about things is a news article now. So that's fun. I feel like that's not normally a... How old's the article? Did this come out like 5 minutes ago? It came out yesterday at 4. It came out yesterday at 4, so I'm just streaming and I'm a 30-year-old. Damn straight. The 30-year-old. I can't get over that. They're referring to me like somebody that witnessed a robbery. The 30-year-old Tampa man believes... Not to be an ass was a slow news. It had to have been a slow news day, dude. They turned my stream into a news article. Like me looking at the video that Loki made about the viewer number, or like the player numbers on Football Manager into a news article. That's pretty crazy. Isaac, thank you for the 55 months.
Was wild.
28 hours ago? Okay. Local 30-year-old man who's excruciatingly elderly. Who is devastatingly old. Cripplingly elderly, somehow managed to communicate that he believes FM26 is a failure. Old Florida man yells at clouds. When does the air game kick off? 3:15? Cool. We'll be able to react to that on stream. Chelsea, Leeds, Everton, Bournemouth, Tottenham, Newcastle, a little Hertha Berlin, and where's Freiburg? Oh, that's Cup. I was like, where's Freiburg in the Bundesliga? I actually don't remember. I don't know if they're doing well or not. Geriatric streamer. I can't believe they included the age but left out forehead size, says Ryan on YouTube. Their loss. They don't know what the people really want, chat. They don't know what the people really want. That the people really wanted the forehead size in there. You're old, huh? Yeah. Seriously, though. Oh, this. James Rodriguez plays for Minnesota United now. Do you guys see that? Twitch banned Zealand for showing forehead on stream. At least I can still stream on YouTube then. Zealand spoiled my next YouTube video? Damn you. To be fair, I did use this title on Thursday as well. So it would have been spoiled then, Adrian. I thought it was already spoiled. You can still enjoy the YouTube video, but I didn't mean to do it, Adrian. That was last week's names. It's such a meme. Dude, have you seen the contract? Well, I mean, I haven't seen the contract. He's not even a designated player. Isn't that? Yes, I texted Julian. I was like, how do these guys keep finding you? He's not. For those that don't know, in MLS, you have a salary cap. Now, the salary cap goes up every year, so it's better and better. But there are 3 players that don't count against it. Potentially 4 if you sign an under 22 player that you don't want to count against it as well. These are called designated players, and you can pay them whatever you want, and it doesn't count against the salary cap at all, which is basically, Messi, Thomas Muller. These guys are designated players. They're getting a wage that is, doesn't fit in the salary cap structure. He's not one. He's not a designated player. He's just a guy. He's signing like a contract that fits within the wage structure of the
my
team.
Country's current
you know how crazy that is?
Way to go.
It's a contract that also needs to be mutually renewed after the World Cup for him to still be playing there. It's a contract that needs to be mutually renewed for him to still be playing there after the World Cup. It's not just a, does James still want to play there? It's also a, does Minnesota still want him to be there? He didn't do well with Rayo Vallecano. Dude, I looked into this. I mean, I obviously had forgotten about it. I looked into this. James Rodriguez has lasted exactly 1 year at each of his previous 5 clubs. The last 4 have been mutual terminations. He mutually terminated his deal with Al Rayyan in Qatar. He mutually terminated his deal before the end of the season with Olympiacos. He mutually terminated his deal with Sao Paulo once they signed somebody else who took his playing time. And then he mutually terminated his deal in January of 2025 with Vallecano when it became clear he wasn't going to play there. He then spent the last year playing in Mexico, where he played 31 times and scored 5 goals, at which point the club opted not to renew his contract for the following season. Imagine the scenes between the Olympiacos owner and James Rodriguez. That's true. Marinakis is awesome and hilarious, but is he over 30? Yes, he's older than me. He's 34. James Rodriguez is I think James Rodriguez might retire after the World Cup is all I'm saying. James Rodriguez is going to go to the World Cup. He has done absolutely nothing in terms of his club football to earn that. He's going to take over that role of being, this talisman, this figurehead on the World Cup team. And I think he retires after the World Cup. But for the last 5 years, James Rodriguez, starting at the age of 29, has done nothing. He's done nothing. He streams, though. But it's just I hadn't really thought about James Rodriguez in the last couple of years. And it's pretty striking to see him, very clearly just not have it anymore. He just very clearly doesn't have it anymore. He went to Olympiacos to try and break back into Europe. No. Sao Paulo, leaves because he's not getting enough playing time, goes back to La Liga with Vallecano, who have a very good season the year that he's there, but he doesn't get the playing time he thinks he needs. So he leaves, mutual termination, goes to Mexico, plays regularly, but then leaves after that year. Mexico's got a summer league, so if Lyon really wanted him that much, he would have been able to go back and play there until the World Cup. 2014 World Cup, he was great. Oh, absolutely, he was great. I mean, James Rodriguez played for Real Madrid. He made nearly 100 appearances for Real Madrid. There was a time where Real Madrid, where he was, you know, one of the best, like, up-and-coming footballers in the world. There was a time where he was looked at in a pretty similar way to the way that, like, a Vinicius would be looked at right now. He was never, I know he was never super athletic, but it's like I'm just surprised at how quickly he seems to, this maybe indicates, my best guess, right? At the risk of turning into another news article here, my best guess is that he doesn't want to play anymore. The football left him, I guess. I mean, I get, you could say, if you wanted to be generous, right, you could make the argument, chat, that James Rodriguez is the type of player that he is has been phased out of the game by the amount of pressing that is demanded from normal teams. He was really not good at Sao Paulo. Thank you. This is what I need. I need people that watched him with Vallecano, that watched him at Sao Paulo to confirm what I'm talking about. That he just doesn't really have it anymore. That he hasn't had it for years, that he's been riding his name for years, basically. And the fact that he's at Minnesota United and wasn't even able to command a designated player wage is just insane to me. And that it's not just here's a contract, stay with us as long as you want to. It's a mutual agreement to extend past the World Cup. Elliot, thank you for the 49 months. Closing in on that big 5-0. Thank you for the prime. And Gestalt, thank you for the 64 months, nearly at my country's current retirement age. Way to go. Yep, all right. Isaac, thank you for the 55 months. Appreciate you guys supporting the stream. You get a little anime wow. His body gave up, man. Yeah. He was already subpar at Bayern. Yeah, but I mean, like, a lot of players would be subpar at Bayern. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, 10s were considered luxury items and now nobody seems to want them. I guess, but that's also just like, I mean, if you're that good, nobody cares. He's just not that good. Suited to international football, not at all to club football. Well, I think he needs a club that's willing to, like, break everything to build around him. And I don't think any club, Suleiman, looks at James Rodriguez and thinks, wow, this guy's good enough that I want to break everything and build around him. You know what I mean? Northern Moose, thank you for the tier 3. Oh my goodness. Put me down on the USSF security clearance forms. Nice. I'll do whatever I can. Minnesota's at a point where they can break everything to build around him, I suppose. But I mean, if you're signing a mute, like, it is a marriage of convenience, I think is what ESPN called it. A marriage of convenience for old James Rodriguez. Football's not a street player's game anymore. Honestly, you know what I think that is? I think that's a bunch of unathletic losers that just stand there and dribble the ball the entire time, crying that they can't play. They can't play anymore. Like, anytime, and I don't know if Ronaldinho's ever said this, but people say it on Ronaldinho's behalf, like, well, there just aren't players like that anymore. And it's like, yeah, because the players are better. It's because the players are better. It's because, I have the utmost respect. You go back to Di Stefano, you go back to Ferenc Puskás, you go back to, like, the guys that were really unbelievable in their era. And Ronaldinho was unbelievable in his era. You know what I mean? Like, genuinely jaw-dropping, made people fall in love with the sport. I still go back and watch those highlights. You know what I mean? But there's a reason you can't do that anymore. It's because the people participating in the sport, not just the players, the coaches, the analysts, have gotten better at the goal of the sport. And it's the same thing that, from the 60s to the 90s, they got a lot better at, figuring out how to win matches, which, as much as everybody loves being like, oh, it's the beautiful game and all that, the beautiful game is a byproduct of winning. You don't get to play the beautiful game if you're not winning. You know what I mean? Like, James did go play in Brazil. He was playing at Sao Paulo. He was playing at Sao Paulo. Everything's completely maxed out. Everything is never completely maxed out. This is like the Roman fallacy, where the Romans believed that the empire was never going to fall because it had been there forever. Then there was also I can't remember, some scientist in like the 1870s that was convinced that every major scientific discovery or every major scientific advancement had already been made, and it was all just fine-tuning from here on out. It's always going to evolve. Football's always going to evolve. Footballers are always going to evolve, but they're better now than they were in the days of Mesut Ozil and James Rodriguez at playing the sport. And those guys weren't willing to keep up with the Joneses, or they couldn't. But it is clear James Rodriguez, when he plays for Colombia, can still do some things because he has the belief in himself, and they have the belief in him that he can still be that guy, right? But everybody's gotten better at winning. Tell us more about before the war, Zealand. I got you. Do you watch the curling final? No, I wanted to. I wish I did. I was just working earlier today. I wanted to watch the curling final. I resisted my better urges to not. Yo, Matos with the 25 gifted subs. W Matos. 25 people getting the ad-free experience from Matos. Be sure to say thank you, enjoy the bacon, enjoy the emotes, enjoy your lack of ads. Your sub-father is Matos. Thank you for the 25 gifted. Dude, I do not know to what I owe this kindness, but I appreciate it. Thank you for supporting the stream, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. War stories are nice. Yeah, dude. Jack, thank you for the prime. And Matos, thank you again for the 25, man. That's crazy. Again, be sure to say thank you for the gifted sub. If you don't, you're banned. I don't make the rules. If you don't say thank you for the gifted sub, you are banned. It's just, I don't make the rules. Are we preying on United's downfall today? I do think it would be funny to watch them win 4 and then lose to a team in the relegation zone. So sure, why not? Considering the dude with the hair. Job Edge, thank you for the 46 months. Hell yes, brother. Closing in on the big 50, spending $5 of Jeff Bezos money. Got any advice for getting a team out of financial trouble? I started every season with a transfer budget of minus $3 million. Yeah, you got to get promoted. And if you're already in the top league, you got to get in Europe. Do literally whatever you can to do those two things. If you're either in it, if you're not in the top league, get in the top league. If you're in a top league and you still have financial issues, get in Europe. That's where you fix it, right there. And the dude's suffering. I wonder what he's doing. Like, I wonder how he's watching the game. I wonder. I wouldn't be surprised if United literally brought him with them. He's live streaming. Nice. Is that Nick McCooney and Ilya Skurin, Lars? That would be a great front two. That would be an electric front two. If Man United PR were smart, he would be there. I agree. All the way. Thank you so much for becoming a member on YouTube, brother. Welcome to the Hammers. You now have access to the subsection of the Discord. Just link your Discord and YouTube accounts, and then a new section of the Discord will appear. Play nice with the Twitch people that are there. The YouTube people have just been allowed in. So play nice. Real Madrid's on a tear? Yes. The journey continues with Malia. Welcome to the stream today. Real Madrid is top of the league. We're not, we would love to reel them in over the course of the season, but considering they have 37 goals and we have 13, that is perhaps mildly optimistic. But the fact that we've just drawn Barcelona and maintained second position in the league, and we are currently a whopping 12 points ahead of the relegation zone, is fabulous news, because our first goal and only goal this season is to survive. Survival is the key, and we're on the road against Atletico Madrid to start the stream today. Marty, thank you for gifting a live membership on YouTube. Hell yeah, baby. Team USA is beating Canada in women's hockey right now. Obviously. Only possible move. Better. 2-0. Oh, easy. Easy, Team USA. Be nice. Yeah, you know what, Colonel Drake? Whatever. Survival, dude, survival's the key. I see my scouts are still on a ridiculous tear. Hire an intermediary to sell Barberini. I'll give them 30 days. They've previously told me that they are not going to be able to figure it out in 30 days, but I believe. I mean, if I don't believe in the intermediaries, who else is gonna believe in the intermediaries for me? I don't even know. I believe in the intermediaries. Are we winning the league today? Obviously, yes. But my scouts are giving me like 10 reports a day, so that's been pretty nice. One, Mikel Sarda. So we did the U20 World Cup, and we scouted that up and let him give us a solid set of reports. This kid's going to go on the Wonder Kid list, but he's not very gettable. Julio Nunez. We got to just click on these guys. So Julio Nunez plays for Libertad in Paraguay. He is balanced personality, media friendly. I think we keep an eye. We keep an eye. Gustavo Lemenza from Cerro Porteño. He's a rated B-, fairly loyal, level-headed, minor indicators of professionalism. There is nothing that makes me believe this guy can be special. So we're just going through this. This guy does not even have 5-star potential. I think we let Silvio go. Abdulaziz Mile. That's a pretty sick name for a Saudi Arabian player. He only has 7 jumping reach, though. So if he is not able to add to that, then this guy's basically useless. To me, anyways. I'm sure he has a use to his family. Yahya al-Yamani. Or Yami. No. Nasser Majrashi. I would love a Saudi wonder kid to just pop up for me. And this guy is very skilled with the ball. Good dribbling, good first touch, incredibly good athlete. Abdullah Al-Muwassar. He does not have the potential that we're looking for. Nathaniel Ogbeta of Jamaica. And Saint Mirren.
Let's go,
no,
UD Malia.
I think that dude sucks. Jan Salas. I like him more, and that's why he's on my yes list. All right, thank you for the scouting reports today. Yeah, I'm keen to explore every avenue. It's sensible to seek help with transfers when required. It's impossible to deal with whatever Miguel Carvalho is about to ask of me. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what he's asking me, but it feels impossible. Kolchov, thank you for the 32 months. Let's go, UD Malia. Hell yeah. Are those wages for 16-year-olds? Yeah, I mean, I wasn't looking. I'm sure Saudi Arabia is bumping something crazy. I wasn't even looking. I'm not going to lie to you. What is your problem? Atkinson Miro? Dude, this is the second time we've done this
today. My favorite new player.
This is the second time we've done this. Oh, you like Yanez, Peach. All right. Yanez definitely has been playing well to start his career. Obviously, we'll see how that suits him going forward. Agreed playing time. What if we move that down to regular starter? What if we moved it down to squad player? What if I moved it down to impact sub? I could go all the way to emergency there we go. Okay, intriguing. I am going to move it down to impact sub then. That's the agreed playing time that he is willing to accept with this club. And that is going to make this discussion a lot easier. Paul Duran, first order of business, you're useless. Second order of business, me talking to him.
No good puns today.
I shouldn't have done that. Doing that was actually the dumbest possible thing I could have done. I couldn't have done a stupider thing than I just did. That was the dumbest thing I've ever done and maybe ever will do. All I had to do was leave him an important player, and then I would have the option to come in here and be like, yo, you should be willing to accept squad player. And I already know that he's willing to accept squad player, and so it would have been fine. Now I can't do that. I have to promise him that he will get at least impact sub playing time, which he will. He absolutely will. We like Miguel Carvalho. He will get impact sub playing time. There was a kid we were waiting on his birthday for. Yeah, wasn't it like the 26th or something? It was the Nigerian kid, right? He's playing in the U.S. Well, that's not good. Harun Ibrahim is down with a sprained ankle. Good work, highest paid player. I'm proud of you. What wonderful news. Antonio Gamara. Don't even need to look. I know he's... Oh, you know, this Ty Noonan character. Leipzig wants him for free. I can't help but think that we should probably be interested in this guy. He's very explosive. He's got a great holy trinity. He has no nationality. That helps. But he has good technique, good potential. He's fairly professional and level-headed, which is a double confirmation of that. That's a bit of an issue, though. The playing time Ty Noonan has demanded is a bit of an issue. I'm thinking regular starter, important player. Damn you, Zealand, you've done it again! I'm not going to improve the defenders, so I needed to get rid of that promise. I just didn't clock it in time. Dude, I'm so far... I don't understand why this happens, chat. I don't understand why this happens. I don't understand why this happens. I don't. I am so far under my wage budget right now, and you're not. I'm $700,000 a year under my wage budget right now, and you're not like you're giving me $100,000 a year capped. It's ridiculous, and I can't even offer big future raises. I got to just walk away. I can't do anything with it, even though this guy is like such an obvious slam dunk signing. You know what I mean? He's such an obvious slam dunk signing. I can't do anything with it. I can't do anything with that information. It's because the incoming transfers in January. Surely I'm not paying them that much. Surely I'm not paying... Well, okay, I'm probably paying him that much. How much am I paying Keiki? Like maybe 300,000? I'm not paying Para or Brown anything. So, okay, I still have like 300,000 left in the wage budget. My point is less strong, but it remains the same. I'm testing to see if Z is reading only this chat. Yes. Would you dare just tell me that it's impact sub, all right? I know it's probably tied to that in some way, but not that much. Goodness, man. It's literally every day. I can scout the entire world right now. Abdullah Ibrahim. But the scouts are not giving me like very clear windows into the potentials of players. We're doing a lot of keeping a keen eye on these guys. Abdullah Al-Mutairi is a very fast, advanced wingback. My goodness, 17 years old is making $250,000 a year. Dude's crazy. Fahad Karinchi. Dude's very professional. He's going to reach whatever potential exists for him. Solon Skurlis. We've made it to the Greek team now. 3-0 U.S. Oh. Canada, you never stood a chance. You never stood a chance. Never stood a chance. Thanks for playing, Canada. Thanks for playing. The 17-year-old was making 1.2 to 1.6 million a year. Dude, same. What were you making at 17? Easy. Jojo Sturgeon. You're 19. It's not there for me. Oh, great jumping reach. One passing, though. Great jumping reach. Alexandros Gouras. I'm amazed how good they think this guy is. Just a wingback. Oscar Pukelis, 21-year-old Lithuanian left wingback. I am glad we did not sign him. And Mihai Popa, the Romanian goalkeeper that we were absolutely interested in for a little bit. All right, maybe not. We play Atletico Madrid today. Can my scouts leave me alone for 5 seconds? I mean, how many guys do we have now? There's no way. We have 100 guys left. We did have over 300. They've just absolutely ripped through all of the people that we were looking at. So Haroun Ibrahim, I benched you for one match. Now you were saying you can't even play because you've rolled your ankle. Santos isn't necessarily cleared and fit to be able to play this. We're a little short on the wingbacks there. Little short on the wingbacks. Wow, that filter didn't work. Oh, my goodness. Oh, now it just didn't technically go through. Okay, now it's technically gone through. So what are we doing? Setford, Olmedo, Petrov, Murcia, Santos, Hennig, Duran, Matos, Yanez, Lopez, Nino. Yeah, Carvalho, sorry. Yanez is kind of balling out right now. I'm sure we'll find some times for you to be able to play, but yeah, Santos is not fully fit and needs to be monitored. Now, we do have Yamyogo, and I do like Yamyogo. I think we give Yamyogo a little try at the advanced wingback spot. Actually, no, we've done this before. It's Olmedo. Olmedo is a banger right wingback when we give him the opportunity to play it. Banger. Electric. Johnson, Carvalho, Habib, Crosso, and De Leon. Playing Atletico Madrid, I think Habib is going to be a better guy for us to start, the 19-year-old. You've only selected 11 substitutes out of a possible 12. Interesting. Intriguing. Is Quieto cleared? No. That's Willie, then. Willie! It's because the Haroun Ibrahim, who I removed from the bench. All right, first match of the day, boys. First match of the day. Sneakums, thank you so much for the prime. How's my boy Taram? He's out on loan. We needed to loan a winger. Yeah, we needed to loan a winger, and that's the winger that we ended up loaning out. Yeah. Hopefully he's doing well. It's kind of too early to tell, you know. There's no pressure on us, baby. There's no pressure. On the road against Atletico Madrid, and could you believe it or not, it's just another day at the office. It is just another day at the office. Welcome to UD Malia's La Liga. We've started to come back down to earth a little bit. We had like a 5-match win streak there, very randomly. We've started to come back down to earth a little bit, but we did just draw Barcelona in our last match and played really well in that. So I think there's some optimism around the park right now. Some serious optimism around the park. Olmedo. Oh, no. Yamyogo. Petrov. Not really his game, but he's just found a lovely ball there. Yamyogo. Olmedo. Oh, that was offside. Okay, yeah. You see how much you can offer at the lowest and highest reach player role in your wages? If you go to your club overview, click on finances, then click on wages. That is a good thing to know. I saw somebody else talk about maybe there was a way to do that earlier, so huge shout out to them. I see it, chat. I see it. I see it. Habib believers rise. There he is. We've summoned him. The Habib believers. Yamyogo. Yanez. Duran just went down. Hopefully he's okay. Hennig. That was for an injury or just an incredibly bad kick there? I think that was for the injury. Let's get him off. Let's get him off. We've got Johnson. Johnson, the magic man. Real opportunity for him to do something to really impress us here. Whenever the sub can actually take place and we can get Captain Paul Duran off. We do not want a prolonged injury for Duran if we can help it. Over the course of the season, it makes sense to make that sub. Get him off. Yanez. Almeida! It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Volley! No. Murcia. Wise. Hennig. That is a stupid shot. Max Hennig is convinced in his own greatness, really. Are we going to sign Setford permanently? Maybe. Depends how he does the rest of this season. Very happy with the way we're playing this game, though. We have not conceded a highlight to Atletico Madrid over the first 40 minutes. That is a massive win for the good guys here. That is massive. Nice. All right. Hey, look. Boys, we got to remember what the goal is here. We got to remember what the goal is here, okay? The goal is survival. If we're level 0-0 on the road against Atletico Madrid, I'm picking the boys up. I'm saying, you're playing well. You're playing really well. We're raising our level. We're competing at a super high level. Matos. There you go. Okay. We're doing well. We're doing well. We're doing well. Let's continue to do well. Alpha Barracuda, thank you for the 31 months. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you for the prime. Thank you for supporting the stream. Hell yeah. Oh, no. Yes! Thank you, Setford. No! Yes! No! Oh, yeah. Oh. I never liked the pyramids anyways, Omar. Yeah, it's true. Never even liked them. Skied it. All right. Ooh, I was about to make some subs, but set piece goal. Hennig. Oh, the Habib believers. Victor Habib. Oh, that's not good. Oh, Habib, that was very not good. Yeah, at least, oh my goodness. I mean. Yeah, we're good. Excellent save by Tommy Setford, and that's what we should be focusing on. Excellent save by Tommy Setford. Johnson. Oh, that's a good ball. Oh, we got the numbers. We've broken the press. We've given it back. What are we doing? Yamyogo. Olmedo. Yamyogo now. Yamyogo's the extra man. Yanez. Oh. Yeah, not exactly where I thought that highlight was going. Not exactly where I thought it was going.
Dad.
Not exactly. Yeah, how long do we have to watch this guy do this? Okay. Yanez, come here. Carvalho, where the hell are you? Get in there. No. Habib, you're off. We're going with Pedro Lopez. And Nino, you're also struggling. What the hell? Willie! Get in there, Will! Hennig, you're struggling. Fortunately, we have an excellent sub for that in DeLima. Gentlemen, I give you 15 minutes to find this, or else we're going to switch the tactic up. What a horrifyingly disappointing goal. Alexi Almeida with maybe the worst pass back in recorded history. I'm not fully clear on that, but I don't have any subs left. Where's the white flag? Somebody get me a white flag. We're looking for a channel midfielder actually on this side. Yeah, we're looking for a channel midfielder on that left side. If you wouldn't mind getting into that location. We made all 5 subs and then lost the guy with an injury. Coles, thank you for the prime. Thank you for spending $5 of Jeff Bezos' money. And Mehmet Akif, thank you for the prime. We just spent $10 of Jeff Bezos' money. No 9th yacht for you, Jeff. No way. There's no way. There's absolute 10-man OP. 10-man OP. They don't know what to do defensively. We're breaking their lines. We stayed with what we're doing. We just don't have a winger over there. So I told Matos to go, oh my goodness. Oh my, Matos! Matos! Again! My ball. DeLima's there. Beautiful. Beautiful. You can't even tell we have one less man. Johnson. Gabriel. Come on, gentlemen. There is a goal in this. For us, hopefully. Turnover. Instant counter to Willie. Keep. Good header. Oh, dude. Head it back. No, William.
We here.
That's not good. I was right. There was a goal in it. It just wasn't for us. And that's a harsh reality. Max, thank you for the 43 months, but we are down a man, so that was always going to be difficult. Oh boy. There you go, Johnson, Matos, Carvalho. Watch us score now. That would be vintage Football Manager. Johnson, Olmedo. Oh my goodness, Carvalho is in, and it is 2-1. Miguel Carvalho. We waited until we've conceded. The 2-goal stoppage time comeback is on. Alexi Almeida, who's subbing in at wingback for this match. Carvalho scores at Atletico Madrid. The comeback is on. Matter of time. Matter of time. Or not. There has been two. Oh. Yeah, I hazard a guess that if we didn't suffer, and I'm proud of your efforts, even if it wasn't to be today. We lost 2-1. We had to play the last 20 minutes without a player because of an injury. You know, right after we'd brought in 4 different subs, right after we'd subbed in Lopez. I hope Lopez isn't that hurt. But losing at Atletico Madrid is not something we need to feel shame in. Shin splints. Oh, my goodness. He's out 2 months. Pedro Lopez has shin splints. He is out 2 months. I'm going to do my best to not look emotionally damaged when I open my eyes. Yeah, well, we just lost our Wonder Kid winger, and sprained knee for Paul Duran's got him out for 2 to 4 weeks. So that was a pretty nasty match for us in terms of injuries. That was very not good. Meanwhile, hair check. How's the hair situation looking? It's 0-0. Nice. Chelsea's up 1-0. Everton's up 1-0. Newcastle leads Tottenham 1-0. So at what point do we acknowledge that Tottenham's got a real chance to be relegated? All right, what are my scouting reports today? We've got Wallace Tampion. Oops, sorry, bud. Probably not the first time that's happened, right, Wallace? Okay, you are an amateur player whose potential ability is 3 to 5 stars. I think it's an amateur player that we're looking at is like, oh, this guy definitely could play for our B team right now. That's a guy we don't mind picking up. We don't need to check the wage. We don't need to check the wage right now. We know that it impacts sub. It's 100,000. Like, we know what it is now. It's just sad what it is, and it's important to know what it is. You know, if we're looking to sign somebody else, perhaps it's important to know what it is. This guy definitely has a chance. Our U20 World Cup scouting continues. Paul Motong, Klanipo Nsali. Oh my. That's a very competent player. Like, I realize the potential's allegedly not there. That's a guy that could not look totally out of place playing in my team right now. Is that guy rocking sideburns? Just as a matter of course, I feel a need to ask. Redabile Rapulang. Contract expires the end of this next year, so he might be somebody worth keeping an eye on. And Ricky J. Jones, baby. Look at that speed. All right, you're a maybe. Because he has literally no technical ability. He's got some good long throws, though. And that could be fun. Chances of Leicester getting relegated after the point deduction? I would say still probably pretty low. I know they haven't been amazing, but just based off of... Okay, so this guy's also on Linfield. How many Americans play in the North Irish League? And why is there a pipeline of Americans to the North Irish League? Talal Al-Mudairi. Good jumping reach, good passing, good technique. Interesting advanced playmaker. Serious holes in his game at 19 years old. Playing for Miami City in the USL. Loving the USL and the players that it produces, but Mudairi's not one of them. Kronis Pascalis. PAOK B team. 15 finishing. Yeah, he wouldn't come super cheap, and I don't... Cosmas Staflidis. 19-year-old with PAOK on the PAOK B team. Wish I had a B team that actually played in any match whatsoever. Akito-san, thank you for the year.
1 year of forehead.
Congrats on your golden bacon, dude. Thank you for 1 year as part of the Hammers. Somebody, True Passport Bros story said, just started playing this game. I love it. Welcome, I think. He's so fast he could throw it to himself. Nice. Congrats on the 3-stream streak. Run before it's too late. From Ricky J. Jones or Kosmas Staflidis? Because Kosmas Staflidis seems like a decent player. Perkulis Sitsaris. No, Ivan Olenikov. Just a guy I was scouting during our transfer window that we never actually got the report on. He's a perfectly okay player whose his main attribute is his versatility. Now we've got a center forward with 5 finishing. Nice. It's amazing. They made Gabby Jesus in real life. I had no idea. Big J, thank you for the 3 months in advance. Holy. Holy. Yeah, I feel bad for this guy, but there really is no use case for him. He can't cross, he can't finish. They're going to be out here playing defense. Augustin Almendra is better than average version of the Argentine players that seem to be thrown around me every 5 seconds. Alemania, now he's at Southampton and is valued quite highly, but yeah, he's a hell of a player. Obviously, they were the ones making the move for him in the last transfer window, but Yarich Prats, Abdul Rahman Ibrahim. He's 15. He's 15! We've already known about this guy. This isn't the first time we're seeing him. But he's gotten better from the last time we saw him. He's gotten better from the last time we saw him. Abdul Rahman Ibrahim is a genuinely terrifying superstar. He's also 5'3", bro. I do not even care. I mean, he is so good. It's not even... You don't even need to have a conversation. Like, we just keep checking. We don't even have... Yeah, we can't even, like, tender an offer right now. We're just keeping our eyes peeled to see what's up. Faisal El-Sheri. No longer a wonder kid. Hey, Big J! Big J! With the 5 gifted subs, my brother. Thank you. Magla, IKS, Urine, Wilson, and Willie 420. Blaze, enjoy the bacon, enjoy the emotes. Abbas Jahangiri from Tractor SC. Yeah, I wanted this guy. I tried to sign him. He didn't want to play for me. I got rejected by him so that he could re-sign at Tractor SC in Iran. I tried to bring that guy in. Then there's Toshio Ringling, whose value is already scrum-diddly-umptious. Yeah. Yep. We know. We got Getafe in 3 days, but don't worry, my scouts, which have just done lines of Adderall, apparently, continue to give me a report every day. Santiago Sandoval from Huracan. Professional. I mean, this guy's just like an instant slam dunk type of player. But he's not somebody that's in our price range yet. Panagiatos Papastolou. Panagiatos Papastolou. Type of guy we're looking at just to maybe keep an eye on. Either we keep an eye on him or we don't do anything. Abram Gennari. Yeah, the jumping reach is not good. The aerial reach is not good. He's 19 years old. I don't think he ever becomes a top-level goalkeeper for those reasons. Salabone Moquete. Amazing stamina. This guy should consider going into a different line of work. Maxime Awuja. You're no longer a yes guy. You are a free guy. We finished our latest report on you. Matteo Goidi from Novara. You are no longer a yes guy. You're a maybe guy for a year. Pedro VR. You maintain your status as a yes guy. There's Awuja again, and Nicola Pepe. You know, I will keep you in the yes list, Nicola. I will keep you in the yes list. That's where we're working hard to keep that list updated. Yeah, FM26 still does the best 50 Wonder Kids in the world list. Absolutely. When was it? 26th was that kid's birthday? I think it was 26th. Getafe's last. Okay, this is a real chance for us to pick up 3 points here. Facundo Aguirre. What? Sorry. Hey, man. Great size. I'm really interested in your size. Hey, man. He's got 20 jumping reach, dude, and he's not slow. And he's 18 years old. This guy is a monster out there. Obviously, he needs to keep developing the rest of his game, but the physical tools of like 15 balance and 20 jumping reach that this kid has are absolutely unbelievable. The problem is he's 15 to 18 million, and he probably wouldn't want to play for us anyways. That is the typical experience here. But, you know, what can you do? All we can do is put him on the list and hope and be optimistic that we are going to be in a position to potentially sign him. Pafa Kalake from the South African U20 national team. The saucy little winger with 16 heading for some reason. Gaiska Larrathabal. Love to have that guy on my team right now. Would really love to have that guy on my team right now. But alas. What was his price? $450,000 with a wage budget to make you sweat. Alexander Al Holmstrom, or a wage request to make you sweat. That's a good, yeah, that's a good target forward. That's a target forward we'll want to keep an eye on. Mehmet Aydin. So this guy plays every position on the field, I guess. An incredibly useful trait for any human being. The full-blown Swiss Army knife. Mohamed Samrin. Wide forward on the left, just becoming a Jordanian international. I think if you factor in the fact that you count as non-EU for us as well, you're just not a player I'm interested in. Even though I think it's really interesting that you're a very good Jordanian player and obviously at the level of a professional footballer. We'll put him on the loan list for a year. Guy's pretty good. Bruno Laborda. This guy's really high potential. Yeah. He's very, very high potential. He's got mercenary and media friendly. So his loyalty's very low, but, you know, he's an adaptable guy. He can move around. We already have him on the Wonder Kid list. Okay. The Wonder Kid list and the Yes list are lists we keep aggressively up to date. Laborda is somebody we already knew about. Are you planning on a Lindsey Vonn follow-up video? I'd have to ask Zealandism about that, to be honest. I doubt it. Richard Anane, no. Marcial Godo. No, you're just not a very good player, and I think that that should be reflected here. Oh, nice, a scouting report. Isn't that already what you're giving me? Or is this just going to be more Brazilians? Daniel Woodcraft. Okay, Mateo de Brent. Okay, it's a good Canadian. That is a good, competent Canadian player who's going on the maybe list for a year. Javier Sarasa. Girona B. Man, he can't play any defense, and he's not explosive enough that I would consider him a viable winger. I weirdly am going to go, get out of here. I don't like you. Pavel Buka. Very good attacking midfielder from a deep position. Very good. Problem is he is valued far too high for us to actually be able to do anything about, but I like him. Gaetano Mata. Good marking, good tackling, good jumping reach. Stable hand, don't like him. Peter Rimmert. Mr. I'm super well balanced and I have pace, so you should be interested in me. Well, what if I'm not? Doesn't enjoy big matches. Nothing for now. So Fuentes is already on my short list. Fivos, Bodos. Oh, he only signed a 1-year deal. I mean, maybe we just put him on the end of contract list again. Nathaniel Ogbeta. No. Sorry, dog. Paul Izzo. He has only signed a 1-year deal, so maybe we end of contract him. Leonard Hartjes, already on my short list. Montasar Talby. Man, now I'm just getting shown all these players. This guy's getting paid $4 million a year, though. That is so difficult for us to work with. That is so unbelievably difficult for us to work with. He's good. Zidane Anusa of Benin. Alejandro Parguinas. This guy's a right wing or a striker. Not overly explosive athletically, but he has good balance. I feel like he's the type of guy that would play well in the match engine. Paulo Bernardo. How about a trial? Guy's free. Now do I get my run of Brazilians for some reason, or Franco Alfonso? Plays for Shimizu S Pulse. And maybe they're interested in potentially moving on from him. But we might not be interested in that. Elliot Stroud, star player at Mjolby. Very well-rounded left wing back. Definitely better than Max Hennig. I'm going to go with yes, because I don't think they would be able to command a serious wage budget or transfer fee. Efren Mason Clark. Okay. Very explosive and strong. I think he's technical enough that we could work with it. Certainly skilled at taking players on and has apparently had a falling out, and he's also apparently on my short list already. I do not remember him at all. But yet he is there. Santiago Barrera. 4 stamina. Sorry, I can't work with that. I just can't. I can't work with that. No chance. It is the 26th. I see. Zito, thank you for the tier 1, man. Welcome to an elite online gaming community. Enjoy the bacon and the emotes. Zito. Excellent spelling, Conscience. Excellent spelling. All right, short lists, people. Short lists. Who is the kid that we wanted to go after? He was Nigerian. I remember that. That's Norway. It's not Iheanacho. Is he on the Wonder Kid list? Probably. I've probably been... Oh, I'm on the maybe list. I need to be on the yes list. None of these guys either. Ghana, he was Ghanaian. 18-year-old Francis Abubakar. That was the one we wanted, right? His birthday is the 26th. He has turned 18 today. What's the point? Why do we play? Why do we play the game? What's the point of playing the game? What is the point? What is the point of playing the game? Why am I here? Can't go after the Wonder Kids that we want. Oh, at least I'm continuing to scout all these guys from the U20 World Cup. All right, Bernardo might actually be a decent player. Otero, goodness. Lower back stress fracture for Otero. Right as he's getting better while on loan, the kid's 16 years old. It's a massive injury for him to get at 16. Fasani, no. Diogo Souza. Oh my, I actually like him quite a lot. He stays on the yes list. Syriac Iri and Francisco Flores from Paderborn. You go on the maybe list for a year, dog. All right, now get me on the field. I've been doing too much scouting. This is getting ridiculous. Cue more scouting reports. Oh, no. Nice. Okay. So Duran is injured. We obviously just had 2 difficult injuries for us to stomach. All right. Kieto failed his fitness test, so he's not there. The unavailable list. We've got to do that and then go back and sort the unavailables. All right. Gabe Johnson's going to step in as the playmaker. Why? He'll be fine, man. Just go there and run around. You will be fine. All right, Olmedo, you're going back into that position, and then we are bringing Sergio Santos back into the starting lineup to take over at that spot. Johnson, Matos, Yanez, Victor Habib didn't get it going on. Maybe did we go a little De Leon today? Go a little De Lion today? We are short a couple of wingers with no Quieto and no Lopez, so we only have Carvalho and De Leon as winger subs right now. We're going to go with Habib again. We getting any improvement out of him? Little bit of physical improvement, but nothing crazy, nothing nuts. All right, here we go. Yes, all right. Everybody's in the position they're supposed to be in. Let's win. Getafe is apparently last in the league right now. No idea what's going on with them. Don't care. Former senior affiliate of our club, by the way. Yeah, the guy was just mad that we interrupted his birthday party. That's what it was. Hey, Zeno, thank you for the 100 bits. Wanted to share my favorite in football history that I've personally been there for in the stadium. Okay. 2022-2023 in the Belgian League. Antwerp win the league in the 93rd minute of the last match. Oh, this is the Alderweireld play. Wasn't that like his final play? Who had that season returned to Belgium to be the absolute GOAT captain of our club. I still get shivers when I storm the stadium pitch, 20,000 fans. I mean, those are the sports memories that you become a fan of a team for, to be honest. Personally, I'm just in it for the pain. But most people get those experiences. Welcome to North Africa. It's UD Malia, the surprise of the La Liga season. Against Getafe, been one of the surprises of the La Liga season in the opposite direction, off to a terrible start to the season. The one-time exemption for Malia to be able to host matches in this ground, coming off just their second defeat in their first 10 ever La Liga matches as a club. It is an unbelievable run to start their La Liga tenure. Currently sitting in a Champions League position, and the question everybody in Spain is asking, how long will it last? Now, there is an opportunity, obviously, if you look at the form of the two clubs, for it to last a long time. But the captain, Paul Duran, is unavailable today. It's loney Nigerian midfielder Gabriel Johnson, who takes over as the right midfielder in this system that UD Malia plays. This 5 at the back that has led to 3 consecutive promotions after it was perfected over the course of 2 seasons in the 4th division by Hannibal Barca. And his conquest of Europe, as he calls it, for some reason. Oh, no. Okay, that was a serious tactical breakdown. Somebody bring me the tablet. We need to have a look at this. Gregoire into Shua, who's stacked on Zukic. He gets inside of Olmedo after Petrov steps forward. So it's Shua and Zukic. And what are we working with at those positions? Zukic is there. Shua's dropping. I think it's just your classic, don't close, don't mark situation. Just let him go. And Dejan Zukic is going to be making that run in behind. That's the way they're looking to play, the way they've opened us up. Let's make them pay for missing. Make them pay for missing that shot. Yeah, he's a false 9, so that's totally fair. We need to watch Gerardo as well. I think that run will give us problems. He's a wide forward, so he's going to try and be a guy that finishes moves for them. All right, gentlemen. Tight defensively. Defense first. Make sure they stay away from the goal and then bring it into offense when we're able to get our guys in the right position. Yanez. Sergio Santos. Olmedo. Got it back to Santos. Santos going after it. Ooh. Nino was off. How are we offside on that play? That doesn't make any sense. Any news on Tingus Pingus Park? Nope. Just that it's under construction, but you're not really able to check on it much, at least that I can find in the game. So that's kind of a shame. I wish we could check on it more, see how the park construction's doing, but we can't, so here we are. Yeah, obviously we're going to find it harder to get wins the more teams realize that we're the team that everybody thinks they're going to be able to beat. Teams are starting to realize we're not a fluke, and they're starting to change the way they play against us, be a little more reserved, not be as overly aggressive, and that obviously can cause problems for our tactic, which is very defense first. And in some ways kind of relies on the team giving us openings or a lot of time with the ball in order to find the moves that we want to make. We can win this match. It's time for everybody to dig in. I'm not going to give them a walkover speech. We are at home against a team that is right now in last. I know they're definitely not the least talented team in La Liga, but they're clearly not playing well right now. Dang it! I was kind of hoping we'd be able to just figure it out because obviously we're defending pretty well, but that is not happening. All right. Carvalho, you're in. You get Yanez. Jeremy De Leon, you are getting Habib. Johnson's not really finding the right plays, so I'm going to go with Matos and just bring in Iyad Muhammad and just see if Matos can use his energy to be a better playmaker. So that's 3. I think we're going to hold at 3 right now. Maybe looking for some more changes at 80. Oh, go! Go! What a header to launch the counter. Nino. Oh, he's got him. Go! Here's the speed!
Just tell the
There's
team
the
to keep
speed!
doing lunges in training. That way they're always moving forward.
That was such a good play. Hey, Gudo Max. Thank you, sir. Gudo Max. Thank you for the 17 months. Tell the team to keep doing lunges and training. That way they're always moving forward. You're a thinker. I respect the hell out of that. I mean, that's what he can do. I guess that's what he can do in both senses. You know what I'm saying? That's what he can do in both senses. He makes a great play, uses his athleticism to open it up, but he is not like an ice-cold bag man. All right, let's make some subs late for guys that actually aren't playing poorly. We'll start with Hennig and get him out for De Lima. And I would love to have a move for Santos, but we obviously don't have that right now with the way the team is constructed. So I am going to bring in Crosso. I'm going to bring in Crosso. The last time we brought in Willie, nothing happened. Can Jean-Philippe Crosso give us 10 minutes where he's able to find a play to break down Getafe here? Come on, man. 1 goal. 1 goal. Oh, my goodness, a highlight. Crosso. Oh, great work. Crosso. 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 Got to be our ball. Got to be our ball. Simeon Petrov, you beautiful man. Matos. Santos. On tired legs. He never gives up. Sergio Santos. Oh! Any day now. Carvalho. Crosso, just play it in. Play it. I actually like this. Petrov. Not really his game, though. Should be Mercy out there. Can we trade human beings? De Leon. Petrov again. What? De Lima. We need a shot. De Leon. De Lima. It's Petrov. He doesn't know what to do out here. De Lima. It's gotta be! Oh! Oh, the win was there. 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 It was Santos that ended up with the shot. Oh. All right, a draw. I mean, we're not chasing anything. If we battle our way to a goalless draw there, that is satisfactory. Does Crasso do anything? I mean, he's our backup striker. So our most expensive purchase in the history of the club is the starting striker. So it's not like we're expecting him to be a guy that's putting up 20 goal contributions this season or anything. What's FC Samartex? Oh, it's in Ghana. Oh, okay. Well, this guy's just playing in the Ghanaian league. Yeah, he's unhappy with Kai Sanda's loan agreement. He's looked off the boil. I sent him to develop. And on your watch, that's not happening. I'm fine with ending his loan at the next available opportunity. That's fine. That's what I wanted to happen anyways. We wanted him to leave so that we could then register our midfielder at the earliest opportunity. So now with the resumption of the transfer window, he will leave and we'll be fine. Where are we in the table? We're still like top 5 or something. That wasn't a great draw. Now we've got on the road in the cup against Alondras, which is a team that we actually probably should be throttling, then away against Cadiz. So that's a real chance. Rashid Aziz, Nigerian 16-year-old, plays for Enugu Rangers. He's got incredible defensive technique. Like truly remarkable defensive technique. He is unambitious, but I see a player in him. I was like, why is this guy at Emmen? Oh, then we get to the physicals. The guy just ignores the fact that it's a contact sport where you were required to move. Hernan Peroni. It's okay. Carlos Rotondi. Say left wing. I mean, why is this guy considered a 4.5-star player for me? Sign Rotondi, whatever the cost. I don't see it. I mean, he struggles to have the physicality to play that left wing back position to begin with. Carlos Arana, Racing de Santander, and they're paying him a bucket of money, and he's not overwhelmingly good. Kevin Gadala. Kevin Gadala goes to the maybe list. We're starting to move guys off of our yes list that are not good enough. We're starting to move guys off the yes list now. We're cleaning. We're cleaning. Check the stadium completion date. True, somebody said that there was a way to find that. Kieto's back in normal training. Thank goodness. We have been missing the punch that he offers. All right. Stadium. So if we go to board requests. Build a new stadium. It doesn't tell me anything about it there. It doesn't tell me anything about it over here on our 5-year plan. Set in 8 months. Where? Oh, there it is. I just had to look. So it's completed in 8 months. So it'll be ready for the next season. We just play one season in this stadium and then we open Tingus Pingus Park after that. Nice. Okay. In 8 months, Tingus Pingus Park is done. We took out a $21 million loan to assess the construction of Tingus Pingus Park. All right. Shinta Applecamp was definitely a guy that we actually should be interested in. Yabres is not. He's just somebody we'll keep an eye on. He is on the maybe list already. Xavi Grande. I need to maybe redo my short list scouting times. Wait a second, Borja Alonso. You don't enjoy big matches. Sniped! Diego Diaz. I don't like him. I don't think he's a good player. Get off my list. Gonzalo Moroni. Same as every other Argentine player that's ever existed, Gonzalo. It's the same thing. All right, short lists. We have our yes list, which is what we want to keep updated every 2 months. We have our Wonder Kid list, which we want updated every 3 months. We have the maybe list, which is every 6. The loans list, which right now is never. I think with our scouting list, that's completely fair. Every 6 months with the keep a keen eye. End of contract is never, and free as it should be is never. All right. As we start to get down to where we're just getting scouting reports from our short lists, I think that's the way to be. That is the way to be. Now, if we go to our recruitment focuses, we only have 52 players that are prioritized to be scouted, so our under-20 World Cup scouting is nearly done. Ebenezer Atkinson-Miro, who can't even play until January, has gotten some food poisoning. We've signed him on a free, but we have no registration spots open. Bardos, thank you for the 6 months in advance. Appreciate you subbing for 2 months, my dude. Welcome back to the Hammers. What did the news say about Thuram? How did he pop up in here? He's kind of just out in the wilderness right now, and we're just, if he does well, he does well. Divine Augustine, nah. Grayson DeTony. It's on the yes list, but he really, really shouldn't be. Elections on the horizon. Oh, politics now. A little more visibility on what's happening with the potential board takeover. Malia have announced elections for the next club president to be held in December. Current president Eusebio Cardoza is eligible for a second term. He's expected to announce shortly whether he will be running for re-election. I wouldn't mind keeping Pedraza around. He's granted most of the things I've asked for with impunity. We have continued a really aggressive program of upgrading the club aggressively so that we can meet the standard that we're playing at now. Apply to be the president. I don't know if that's allowed in the club bylaws. All right, Alondras is a 4th division team. A team that is currently in the relegation zone in the 4th division. What round of the Copa del Rey is this? First round. Okay, this should be very, very, very easy. And as a result, we are going to go with, your vintage full rotation. Willie, you're up. Johnson's going to keep playing because he needs to get his match sharpness going. Carvalho, De Leon. Actually, it could be a great opportunity to work Quieto back up. We'll just put him on the bench for now. Haroun Ibrahim is starting to come back. He's back in 2 days in training. Barberini's available, and Benay Saknin. We finally have an interested team, and we'll maybe be able to sell him in January. And Victor Habib is there as well. Okay, so Willie De Leon, Carvalho, Mohamed, Johnson, not Hennig. Where's De Lima? He eats teams like this for breakfast. Am I blind? Usually I am. He's suspended? Really? The suspension carries over years? Fabulous. Almeida, you're playing right back. And Kai Sanda, now that you're already going to be recalled, I might as well play you just to give Simeon Petrov a little bit of a break. And Ebenezer actually would have been able to play in this match, so that's a huge shame that he's not. But whatever. And Barberini is actively being frozen out of the team, so he doesn't need to be around either. We're good. I'm becoming Barca? Bro, I hope. I would love to have my B team cooking in the 2nd division. I would love to, be developing players like crazy. All right, guys, this is a cup match. Copa del Rey doesn't pay any money, so we're not super invested in it, but we want to do well. You know, we want to perform at a level that is commiserate with our status as a La Liga club, and we'll get easier draws because it seems that every draw is seeded in this competition. Just 3 years ago, we were in the 4th division. You know, anything's possible. Anything's possible. First round of the Copa del Rey. Here we go. Good opportunity for a couple of players to impress, work on their match sharpness. Hopefully it's a nice just stride on through here. Carvalho goes inside winger. Thank you. I got to make sure that I get that changed outside of the game so I don't have to keep worrying about that. Nice play. Willie. Miguel Carvalho. Alexi Olmedo. Miguel Carvalho. Carvalho. It's the trailer. It's hitting, and it's 1-0. Nah, Chad, you know, this is a preliminary round of the Copa. We don't play an anthem for a team that doesn't deserve it here. This team very well might be making way for our B team next season if they get relegated out of the 4th division. So, yeah, let's just walk that ball in. Nice assist for Carvalho, looking like he looks against, you know, players that are not on his level. We're kind of sad that Hennig has to play because De Lima is suspended. Just score from here, Will. Just score from here, Willie. Ooh. Change the highlights. We're already on key. So hopefully we'll just rip through this. Because this is not only a 4th division team, but quite a bad one. So, you know, they get the thrill of playing against a massive La Liga club like myself. Reputation at the high level of the 3rd division, to be fair. They get the utter thrill, the unabashed thrill of playing against us. Johnson. I want to see him do something crazy because he's playing against players that he is way better than. Hennig. Okay. Alrighty. Superb from Max Hennig. Explosive. I don't think people care about this La Liga team. There's like 9 people in the stands. I mean, there's just not a people in, not a lot of people in, where are we? I have no idea where we're playing. I actually didn't even bother going to the game, I don't think. We're just that big of a club now. You know, we've got other things to focus on. You got to loan out Lopez in the next window. Poor kid doesn't even get to play in the Copa. He's hurt, Ryan. He's hurt. He would. He's hurt. He got shin splints. Oh, De Leon's picked up a knock. Get to halftime, and then we'll bring in Quieto. That sucks for De Leon. Yeah, well, Quieto is cleared for 45 minutes by the fitness staff, so if De Leon can get us to halftime, we'll just bring him out. Olmedo. I've been waiting for this. Where is he? You're up. This guy is a lifer at this club, Alvaro. Alvaro has won us 2 playoffs to get promoted. Alvaro. For his first goal. Yes, sir! I had the utmost confidence in Alvaro to dispatch that. He's got ice in his veins. He's won 2 promotion playoffs as a goalkeeper. He is an absolute Malia lifer. I had the utmost confidence in Alvaro. Utmost confidence in Alvaro to dispatch that. He needed a goal in his career. We got him a goal. Johnson. We were only up 1-0, so that was borderline reckless to do. But, you know, William, Hennig, he's dancing. He's got Willie, the step through, and it's Willie with another goal for you, Di Maria. Adding to his tally. What I miss after the Atletico game, we drew Getafe at home. Did a lot of scouting, found some good players. Found out that 18-year-old, he's just signed with his new club, so even on his birthday, he didn't want to sign for us. But there's a good collection of guys out there, like amateur contracts, cheap contracts, willing to leave for free, that are, good players. And I think if we can free up a little wage budget or get a little more wage budget from the board once they realize we're not relegation favorites, I think that would be great. Olmedo, Carvalho. My goodness, it's Hennig! Nice save.
I love the phrase bear with me because it can either mean be patient or the zoo heist was a success.
I suppose that's true. Considering your name is Bear43, my dog. That's pretty good. B+ for me. Thank you for the 41 months. It's topical. I'm pleased. We've created loads. We got a couple of goals there at the end. We've limited what they were able to do. We're playing our... Oh, shoot. De Leon! Come here. My bad. I forgot. That was my bad. Get him off! All right, Quieto returning from his injury, working up his match sharpness in 45 minutes in the Cup. How's the season going? Beyond our wildest dreams overall, dude. I mean, we're in European places after 12 matches. That's amazing. Our one goal, our club's reputation is a high-level third division team right now after 3 consecutive promotions. Our board fully expects us to get relegated, and our financial situation is based off that. We're going to get nearly $50 million from TV rights this year. And remember, the year before oh my. Yeah, that's why I'm ending his loan. Goodness gracious, man. Come on, Kai Sanda, get it together. That's wild. Congrats. Yeah, first season in the Liga. We've been promoted 3 straight times, 2 through the playoffs. So it's not like we've been, putting up 120 points in each league every year. We've battled our way up. Promotion playoffs in the 4th division, promotion playoffs last year out of the 2nd division. We got out of both of them. And, now that we're in the Liga, dude, when we were getting $7 million last year, that wiped out our debt. That and selling Joaquin for nearly $5 million wiped out our debt. And so, that's just huge. To get 50 million is just beyond my wildest dreams, beyond the club's wildest dreams. And we're building a new stadium that actually complies with the rules and regulations of La Liga. We're building new training and youth facilities. We're funding better youth recruitment. We're just trying to improve every facet of the club with the money coming in. But even though my salary cap from the league is like 45 million, the board's only giving me less than 15 million a year to work with. So the whole goal of the club is stay up. If we can stay up in La Liga for 1 year coming into this, because we were really, oh my goodness. We were really struggling to find players that wanted to play for us in the offseason that were at the level that we needed. Santos, go get Olmedo. And where's Matos? You're coming in for Johnson. All right. We should be fine. We had a 3-0 lead against a 4th division team that's in the relegation zone in the 4th division Grupo Uno. And yet we have somehow conceded 2 goals with reckless abandon here. They have 1 shot because one of their goals was an own goal. So, lovely. I have done nothing but disrespect this team since I got here. He's just juked an unbelievable defender And Iyad Mohammed, by the way, like a defender that I genuinely use as a ball-winning midfielder in La Liga. They are playing out of their skulls right now, trying to somehow pull this back. 1-0 West Ham? Oh. That's not the team you can lose to. 1-0 to West Ham. And Kieto's lucky nobody's watching this match. He's got a 6.3. My goodness. Team in the relegation zone. 4 wins on the spin. Oh, nice, Carvalho. That was classy. Oh, that would have been sick. Oh, that would have been sick. I mean, we cannot let him win that ball. He's a poacher. He's a 4th division poacher. Thank you. We can't let this guy be able to play hold-up ball against us. I mean, Iyad Mohammed would be a world-class playmaker for them. All right, we got... Oh, Hennig, you missed... Oh, no, he didn't. Yes, he did. This is an ugly game. We're going to win. That's all that really matters. Cup, you know, go in advance. But that was a hell of a comeback by Alondras. Look, yeah, I'm proud that we managed to stem whatever tide they'd created. The U.S. women are up 5-0 against Canada. They might riot in the streets. Tight hamstring. He's expected to be back in a day. You couldn't... Oh, whatever. Really? It was a tight hamstring? Not deserved? I mean, we did outshoot them like 25-2, but they showed a lot of life right there at the end. Monthly head coach review, they are ecstatic. I mean, who wouldn't be? First of all, look at me, right? Can we improve our youth recruitment? I'm just bludgeoning that forward. Thanks. Number of scouts allowed, or did we increase that again? I think we've already hit the ceiling on coaches allowed. Increased percent of transfer revenue retention. Definitely going to want to get that sorted going into the January transfer window. An increase of the payroll would also be greatly appreciated. An increase in the payroll would be sumptuous. Lazizbek Mirzaev. Dominic Kwiatkowski. He's resolute, level-headed. All right, we're going to keep a keen eye. Sammy Merrig. The beautiful man here again. Bandirmaspor. Lazizbek Mirzaev, who rejected me in lieu of, this guy literally turned me down to sign a new contract in the Uzbek League this past offseason. So that's where we're at. Lucas Pinkert, definitely a good player. Pretty high wage, but we are more than comfortable handing out pretty high wages to people. Outrageous play from Bowen for that goal. I love Bowen. He's such a traditional Premier League player. Ibrahim's back. Akinson Maro is back. Can't wait to use him in my next cup match because that's the only option. Omer Baez doesn't like big matches. Then I don't like you, Omer. It's quite simple. I need guys that can handle the pressure. It's one of the absolute tenets of what I try to build. I want guys that can handle pressure situations because we're only going to be getting into bigger and bigger pressure situations, Simeon Petrov is training well. 3rd best training ever. 29-year-old Bulgarian who comes over to the team having played in the Hungarian and Bulgarian leagues his whole life. We saw something on film, chat. We saw something on film. We knew. We saw something on film. Spurs are in free fall. Yeah, but they wish they kept Postecoglou now. They have lost all their momentum of a European trophy and are careening towards irrelevancy. They increased my transfer revenue retention percentage to 50%. Slowly, we're getting there. We went from nothing to 35%, then 35% to 50%. So when we make a sale, 50% of that goes to our transfer budget. That is beautiful. Konrad Belinsky. This guy actually looks like he might be something. Hell of an athlete. Doesn't have the vision to be what he wants to be, which is a bit of a problem. But he's definitely on the Wonder Kids list as a guy that we want to really keep an eye on. So I'm going to try youth recruitment first. Insist. Yes! Let's go! Youth recruitment going up again. Over time, it will be considered established. So I'm freaking talking about, baby. That's what I'm freaking talking about. Established youth recruitment. I have no idea how far away that is from the top, but I just know it's the next step forward. Our academy coaching is adequate. Our youth recruitment is good. Well, we need to keep investing in our academy coaching and in our youth facilities. Obviously, we're up to average level training facilities. I mean, we just got to keep we just keep requesting as aggressively as we can. We have the money. It's just about the board acknowledging it. I need more payroll. Yeah, but he unfortunately, our club president does not budge on payroll requests. Small F? Wait, really? Everything is fine on my end, so that was Twitch. Everything is completely fine on my end, so this had to be through Twitch. I got 0 notifications of OBS drop frames or anything. Damn you, Twitch! Twitch doesn't want you to see the success. The YouTube stream is fine, exactly. The YouTube stream is completely fine. Look at YouTube go. Look at YouTube go. All right, Paul Duran working his way back, still out 5 to 10 days. That's enough for me to go into individual training and throw him some rehab. Haroun Ibrahim. Slots in right here. Ibrahim is going to take the right back role from Olmedo. Olmedo will then take that right defender role from Yamyogo. Yamyogo goes there. We put Petrov into the middle, and Madhu Murcia steps over to the left side. Hell yeah, brother. Haroun Ibrahim back into the lineup, fully cleared, and Hennig, Johnson, and Mohammed. That's not it. We want Matos, Carvalho. He's eyeing up a start. Kieto's still cleared for just 45 minutes. De Leon's managed to clear everything. You know, we've got Habib. I think we just go with Habib here. The Habib believers. The Habib believers. They're so back. Habib in, Nino at striker. Duran, and then there is Omar Delima. He goes there. He takes the Willie spot, as it were. And then we switch out our goalkeepers, which I nearly missed. Setford, Olmedo, Petrov, Murcia, Ibrahim, Hennig, Johnson, Matos, Yanez, Habib, Nino. Let's go. We've got an actually kind of sharp Gabriel Johnson out there today. Holy Palmer miss. I mean, Palmer just doesn't have the sauce that he used to have, chat. Dude is absolutely not going to the World Cup. Go out there and enjoy yourselves, lads. Go and enjoy yourselves. Come on, lads. Yeah, Twitch is trying to stop the momentum we've got. I'm not going to let them. I'm not going to let the Twitch cutting off stop the momentum we have. Or the dude just had a purple patch and was never actually good. That's always the debate. How long does the purple patch have to be for people to go, yeah, he was really good at that time, and now he's just no longer good? Nice touch. Glad we're paying you $1 million a year to kick a ball, Haroun. Nice touch. Habib. Murcia. Olmedo. It's Alexi Olmedo. My goodness, he's got Yanez. Yanez. Haroun Ibrahim. Johnson, have it, sir. Johnson! Oh! Gabriel Johnson! We knew he had it. We knew he had it in his boots. He's got so much quality. The youngster doesn't show it all the time, but what a hit by Gabriel Johnson. And it's a 1-0 UD Malia at Cadiz. By God, it's the Nigerian on loan from Syria, Gabriel Johnson. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Massive. He just laid his Johnson right there on the field, chat. Big swing from Johnson. Here he is again. Oh, he's feeling it. I've been waiting to unleash this kid. I knew he had the ability. Nino. I would have been lucky. What a hit by Johnson. All right. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. All day. Twice on Sunday. 3 times on Monday.
Imagine Forest gets relegated and wins the Europa League. Scenes in Gomelia. The UCL has to come to North Africa.
You're damn right it does. What a hit by Johnson. Whew. I'm telling you, though, chat, look at that technique, right? He's just got so much quality with the ball around him. So much quality with the ball. Such a high technical floor. It's beautiful. Nice. Yanez. Nino. Oh, Haroun Ibrahim. Haroun Ibrahim. Yanez. Oh, do it again. I've found my entire offense. I have found my entire offense. One United. Oh, it's Manchester United. Oh, that's brilliant. Manchester United. Oh, boy. We're good. We're good. We're good. Get it to half. Get it to half. Dig in. Dig in. Offside. This guy's never cutting his hair. Really? With the through ball in the air. Whatever. I'm delighted. We're winning on the road in La Liga against a team that was in La Liga last year. So this is not a newly promoted team either. That is a huge result for us. I don't care where we are in the table. That's a huge result for us. And it's all Gabriel Johnson. Can we get Gabriel Johnson in that shooting pocket again? I feel like that's our most dangerous spot to be in. Nino, El Nino, doesn't have it right now. I want the hair grift to end. You know, I don't really think he's grifting. Sometimes somebody's just doing something that a lot of people find interesting and entertaining. And I don't think he could have ever imagined it would take off the way that it did. But, yeah, I think we need to save the word grifting for people that are actually grifting. I don't think that he's grifting. I think he just made a silly bet and has stuck to it, and it's become increasingly insane. Habib. Hennig. Matos. Max Hennig. Max Hennig. Oh, that's a good ball! El Nino! El Nino! From Max Hennig who continues to just be an above-average player. And that is a lovely forwards finish. First time in front of the goal, able to find the side of the net. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Not even Twitch shutting off can stop us. Not even Twitch shutting off can stop us. Eod, you're in. Where's Mayans? Sergi. Yogamadu Mercia. He's a little off the boil today, you know what I'm saying? Where's Delima? Delima, you're getting Hennig. I know Hennig's been amazing, but he's also played a... Actually, no, that's stupid. I think he gets a full week off before our next match, so I don't need to worry about that much. All right, I have faith in you guys. Mohammed, Mayans, you guys that have been through the wars with us. You can come in and do your job and see out the rest of this match. Trust. Big trust. I'm cutting my hair when Latvia get into the Euros, the World Cup. Jarens, that is an insane bet and is not happening anytime soon. Although Latvia has made it to the Euros once before. But that seems like a fluke. I don't think it would be unreasonable to name all of my children after Tommy Setford. All 8 of them. Tommy Setford Shannon. It's just an idea that's very well within reason. What a save. It is amazing to have like a competent level appropriate goalkeeper. How about that defense from Mohammed? Tackled 2. Oh, George Bello, the American. Hello. How you doing? You were quite busy in your time off? Yes, in going out. Oh, my. I take it back. Only 2 of the 8 will be named after Tommy Setford. Final answer. Only 2 of the 8 will be named after Tommy Setford. This was a knuckling absolute howitzer from this guy, though. Yeah, that is an atomic weapon of a shot. Saved me on the clean sheet bonuses. That's all you did. Let's go, baby. That's a road win in La Liga against a team that isn't newly promoted. A huge 3 points for the boys to keep the good times rolling. Big time win. I wish George Bello was as good as we thought he could have been. Yeah, but I mean, that's how it goes. Not every guy that breaks onto the scene as a teenager ends up being some great player. He's having a nice professional career, and I'm sure when he was a little kid, that's what he would have hoped for. But he's not, like, obviously a relevant national team player. But you know what? He's playing in the Liga here. That ain't bad. I hate the screen because you have to click on it instead of just looking at it to tell you what they think should be trained.
1 more month.
Player trade alterations. Encouraged to stick with the left side of the pitch when dribbling. Olmedo making the marking opponents tightly. Yes. Willie start running with the ball more often. Yes. I actually like that. Weaker foot training. Alex Mato should start developing his weaker foot, and so should Willie. Miguel Carvalho, no. All right, good coaching advice. Appreciated that, guys. At home against Sevilla. Okay. Corville, thank you so much for the 29 months. 1 more month. Oh, dude, the big 3-0. Scary. Eris, you're 5 months away, but you did do a Pepe dance, and we love a Pepe around here. He was so fun at Atlanta United. I got to watch him play live, and he was a live wire. It's exactly what you want out of your left back. I just saw the phrase Rui Patricio statue in chat. Can we ban that chatter, please? I feel like that is, I feel like they know what they were doing, too. So, just a quick ban, please, for whoever mentioned that. Oh, there's Farron Ketglass, who for some reason doesn't want to join me on loan, the idiot. Lasse Reese. It's a very good goalkeeper. It's a very good goalkeeper we keep on the yes list. Jamal Ekchamak is not that level. He, however, goes on the maybe list for a year. Thiago Araujo is a left wing back playing with Christian Sund and Ben Godfrey. You know, Godfrey is not a big-time slamma-jamma for me because his wage demands are unbelievable. Unbelievable. Loan summary, chat. Junior Asir Silva's first. Always been a guy full of a lot of promise that we have not been able to get him to realize, but he's getting good playing time. Junior Taram, we're not seeing crazy explosive development from the Guadeloupe winger Junior Taram. Getting regular playing time in the second division, although he's not starting, and I kind of hate that for him. He's got 8 bench appearances. Ivan Suarez, the 17-year-old's getting smarter. We'll take it. Kenny Patrick, doing okay. Alejandro, he has the tools. He's got the flair. He's got the finishing. He just needs to improve the other parts of his game. There we go. Ian Barca's taken a big step forward. What about Miguel? Little steps. Maganitzo, we have yet to see big development from him. Same with Alan Vega. Mensa's not doing well at Leganés, but he's not a developing guy. Nico Curbelo, not improving. Alvaro Diego. That is some pretty massive improvement. Obviously has a long way to go, but we're happy to see it. Angel Moya, getting some massive improvement from him as well, the 18-year-old, now that he's out in the world. Adrian Soto. I mean, that's a lot of very straight-up arrows. Again, a long way to go to be relevant for us. And then Rubio said not relevant. He has not played at Albacete yet, which is horribly disappointing. We might look to recall him in January. We're seeing improvement, but that's not, no. That's not what we want. That's not what we want. All right, actions may run down contract if not sold. It's fine. Ability to be a regular starter. And Sergio Santos. Oops, I just clicked that. He might get mad at me. Don't renew. Okay, I'm okay with our contract situations right now. Potential issue with Iyad Mohammed. We might try to get him to just take a reduction in playing time here. What do we have him on now? Squad player, and he's only been an impact sub. All right, let's ask my coach, apparently, to resolve this, which is not going to work. Or we go talk to him directly and say, he wants to go out on loan with a view of leaving permanently because of that. I'm not against this, chat. I'm not against this. I like Iyad Mohammed. He is a big physical presence, but with the introduction of our new signing, there is definitely a space for us to move on from him. So I will accept that. I will accept that promise, and we will look to transfer list him as well for, let's say, 750,000. Or we'll go unspecified right now. So that just lists him for 550,000. Yeah, that's fine. Well, it's just not the one we wanted. You know, you've actually played a few times too, Willie. Wants to go out on loan to secure a permanent move away from the club because he's not playing enough. The unbelievable emergence of Willie as our second division hero. He's played twice in the league this year and, of course, in the cup where he scored. Chart, thank you for the 3 months. Oh, and the Saints go marching in. There is a Rui Patricio statue in Portugal. I bought the game when it came out and refunded after an hour of disappointment. I mean, it's a lot better than when it came out, but it's still not finished and polished, and there's still areas where you're like, it doesn't work, right? Looks like he will be keeping his hair. Congrats to him. And Yahushua closing in on that big 5-0. I see you. I see you closing in on the big 5-0. Yeah, there isn't one in Africa for a reason. Leicester were up 3-0 and lost 4-3. Maybe they are losing, chat. Maybe they are. What's the better game, FM24 or FM26? FM24 is a way better made game. But FM26 have obviously the new match engine and everything, the new engine they built the game in has higher potential because it's obviously allows them to do a lot more things. But the better made game is FM24. Yeah, maybe Leicester is getting relegated. Who knows? If you're blowing 3-goal leads, you're going to be spiraling in depression. Assuming he does have an agent, right? Yeah. Hey, Captain Paul Duran, can you resolve Willie's unhappiness? Damn you. I mean, to be fair, this is the third time that Willie has threatened to leave because of his playing time in his career since we brought him in the 4th division. And give you a little bit more playing time, Will. I am not emotionally prepared to lose Willie right now. Rule number 1 at UD Malia, do not let go of Willie. Hold on to it. Nah, good enough. Roman Fernandez, transfer list notification. Wow, that's really fun news for maybe somebody else. But I don't think we're going to be buying today. Thank you. I don't think we're going to be buying today. Are there any new features that make FM26 worth playing? I mean, yeah, it's a completely different game, right? It's very advanced in the match atmosphere aspect of it, and obviously they've had to completely rebuild the UI from the ground up. I think they clearly don't know what they want to do with that totally yet. Palm Tree, thank you for the 6 months. Congrats. What would you say is a good rating for players? Anything above a 6.8? I would say if you want to be winning, Chark, you want to go above a 6.9. But it's obviously relative. It's relative to your team and how well the other players are playing on your team. So yeah, it's very relative when it comes to how, is a match rating good? Do I want this person because of my good match rating? Feels he should be starting more games. Yes, the intermediary. The intermediary has arrived and found a $0 offer from Temperley in the Primera Nacional, which is the 2nd division. It would seem. Yes. The 2nd division of Argentina, a team has offered a free contract or a free transfer for my boy Vicente Barberini. Quick European sojourn for him. Paulo Bernardo. Definitely a good player. Definitely a good player, Mr. Paulo Bernardo. And then Danny Woodcraft, the American with no pace. Great jumping reach, but he just cannot move well enough for us to go after him. I'm assuming DeLima's okay with reduction in playing time. He is currently sitting on regular starter. My goodness, is he not? He's okay going down to regular starter, which is the level that he's playing at right now. Said no idea Marv DeLima developed such an ego after being the regular starter for a year. Hey, Roger Ibanez, you seem to have a good relationship with him. Nope. Okay. Marv, compromise. Squad player. All right, I am going to go over here. We're going to go to performance. We are going to lock this in at regular starter because that's what he's okay with. We're going to go back to the conversation, back down, and agree to give him some playing time. I am not ready to get rid of Marv DeLima. Not yet. He's a guy that's done a lot in this jersey, and we do not have a lot of options at left back to begin with. I'm a little frustrated that he's not willing to accept squad player playing time. But at least he's willing to go down to regular starter off of important players, so that's nice. Ooh, election fever. We putting signs in yards? Who's winning? One Football published a list of names who's expected to be involved in the preliminary election. Current President Eusebio Cazalde is looking for a second term. Raul Vigo, Armando Bentoncourt, Narcís Tabara, and Ali Barrio are the candidates seeking to replace him. A lot of controversy. Gabe Johnson once again called up by Nigeria. Very exciting for him. All the other call-ups make all too much sense. Mustafa Abo Shash. Unambitious. Yeah, I don't think you're going to reach your goals. Yarny Stuckers. Well, aren't you just a barrel of laughs, Yarny? What a picture that guy's got. Got Sevilla tomorrow. DeLima and Willie, I mean, DeLima's already playing the amount that he would need to in order to appease his promise right now. And those promises will be ending sometime in January, so we'll be able to sort a move if hell, if hell comes to pass. Play DeLima at wing instead. The others aren't pulling up much grass. I love that phrase. 50 best players in the world. None of our guys, I would assume. Kylian Mbappe tops the pops. Elise top 3. Hakimi's still top 10. Again, Fede Valverde. Wirtz is there. 37-year-old Mo Salah is still here. Giovanni Kunda at only 22 years of age. Kvisha Kvaratskhelia, Finn Jelch. Jeremy Pino. Joan Garcia. Joshua Kimmich. Harry Kane at 36 is still here. Anthony Gordon's here. Declan is here. Allison at 37 for Real Madrid is here. Aurelian Tchouameni. Donnarumma. Kenan Yildiz. Conceição. Enzo, Marcus Thuram. Maximilian Bayer has made it. Enzo's Endrick. Endrick at 23 years of age has made it. Quieto called up by Venezuela. It's probably our last match before the break. Maybe one more. Ayab El Ayoub. Yeah, it's not a lot of information to go off of. And I don't think he's that good. So we're going to call it there. Asanele Velabayi. Well, he's got the 18 flair, makes him fun. He can play on both wings, but he is at best on the maybe list if, the conditions are right and we need a player like that to come into our team. Yeah, I can't believe they didn't put Willie on the list personally, but that's their mistake. De Leon, Quieto still partially passing. And a fail for Paul Duran. Our captain's still out with the tweaked name. We're still missing Lopez. Okay, Quieto cleared for, give me something more than 45. He's missed 57% of the matches we've played. Okay, the hovering over does not tell me how much time, and it doesn't tell me how much time on the last screen either. And I can't see how much time on this screen either. So, as far as I can tell, there's no way to tell how long Quieto needs to be. Can I hover it over it here? Partial pass. 45 minutes. Okay, I can see it on that screen. It's 45 minutes. So, Setford, Olmedo, Petrov, Murcia, Ibrahim, Hennig. We'll go ahead and give, who are we playing? Sevilla? No, we won't. Johnson's still going. Matos, Yanez. Habib hasn't shown me anything great. As you said, it's not like any of these wings are pulling up grass. So we're going to go give Marv de Lima a run at the left wing spot and see if he does pull up a few follicles of grass there. Just a few. Let's go, lads. Is the United match over? It's not even, there isn't even drama. It's 1-0 West Ham. They didn't even score. They gave themselves no chance. UD de Lima back on the field playing at left wing today against Sevilla, who are in 8th. I mean, obviously nowhere near us up there in 4th in the league right now. We are not planning on being able to stay there. I don't think we have the firepower to stay there, but we've made such a brilliant start to the season. We're just taking it one match at a time and doing what we can. Our goal is to stay up in the league, and we have not guaranteed that yet, so there's still work for us to do. The longer we stay in La Liga, the better our reputation. We need our reputation to become that of a La Liga team. Everybody thinks we're the favorites to get relegated. Everybody's stunned we're doing this when we were semi-professional 3 years ago. We're playing in Africa. We got a 1-year pass from La Liga to keep playing in our home stadium of less than 7,000 seats. While we have obviously demonstrated plans to build a new stadium, a $21.5 million stadium, Tingus Pingus Park, is under construction. We took out a loan for that. A loan we will easily be able to repay while sustaining position in La Liga. Right, Charles, thank you for the 7 months. Appreciate the Prime, brother. And Halo, thank you for the 6 months in the Prime. Yeah, the stadium's only going to be like 20,000 probably, but we don't need a huge stadium down here. It's not a massive community in Melilla. Right, and we've already got this park that we're playing at now that is going to, be not used once we build the new one. Do-do-do. Attaboy, Setford! Attaboy! And good foul, Haroon. Good foul, Haroon. Big save by Tommy Setford. We look like we are up against it today, but that won't stop us here. Haroon Ibrahim. Oh, Petrov! Simeon Petrov, the big Bulgarian. The keeper comes out. He can't beat Petrov to the ball. And a man who has not played big-time football in Europe in his entire career, they've plucked him out of the Bulgarian league at 29, and he's become an anchor of this team. Simeon Petrov. Rytro, dude, Rytro just subbed on Twitch and then came over and became a member on YouTube. That's a 2-for-1 for Rytro. Thank you for membering up on the YouTube stream. Yeah, I mean, it's first half 1-0. One shot, one goal off a corner. Little far post crowd. And it's Petrov. How on earth did you score from a corner? We're not scoring a ton, but Petrov's got 2 this year. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. We're beating Sevilla. Look, I mean, it's hard to imagine, but the core of this squad was struggling. We finished outside the top 2 in the second division last year and got promoted through the playoffs. So, we're still like Matos and De Lima and Olmedo and Madu Murcia. Yeah, DeLima over here begging for playing time, giving me a 6.3. Come on, man. DeLima could change that here. Haroun Ibrahim. Nino, Murcia, Johnson. We know he can score those. He has the quality. Yeah, Tommy Setford was a huge pickup too. We really struggled at goalkeeper last year. Really. All right, we're going to get DeLima. We go with Quieto. Let Quieto maybe turn up that quality. We've been getting some good performances out of Miguel Carvalho, and we will let Miguel Carvalho come in again. Hennig not playing well. Well, that's funny because DeLima is the backup at that position, and he's playing even worse. Where is Iyad Mohammed? I want the aggression. I want Matos and Mohammed. Johnson, you're not playing well enough for me to justify keeping you on the field here. Big, unbelievable, world-class athlete, Iyad Mohammed. Daniele Quieto returns to La Liga after 2 months out. The Venezuelan international, who was with us last season as well. But he's missed 50% of his time since joining the club with injuries. It's becoming a problem. Seven minutes of added time for United. They're not going to do it, man. They're not going to do it. You know that. I know that. They're not going to do it. Matos, let's go. Let's go, Matos. There you go, Murcia. Madu Murcia. Hennig. Hennig is still going. Hennig is still going. Oh, he's got a great ball. How did that not go in? Wow. Heroic reactions on the line. Ooh, I have not ever seen this highlight. What a play by the keeper and Ramon. Guys, we got to attack that. What is this? I've never seen this. It's awesome. I didn't know it was in the game. I'll get 5 subs if United wins. Fraguinho. You will be crying into cut hair. No, it's not going to happen. All right, Iyad Mohammed. Are we getting a second here? Quieto, that's a good ball. Hennig, first time. Nino! And that didn't look right coming off the face there. That did not look good coming off the face. Away. That a boy, Simeon Petrov. And look at El Nino. Excellent pressure relief from El Nino. He's one heck of an athlete. Ramon can't stay with him. El Nino. Good ball back in. Quieto. And it was always going wide. It was always going wide. Santos, get Ibrahim. He's dragging. He's tired. He's got a card. Sergio's an athlete. He can give us a little more than 10 minutes of quality. These are the types of matches that if we can turn these matches into wins, we might be able to sneak a European place. Where it's like pretty close between the two teams. We've just done enough. We weathered the early storm and got going. Murcia. Nice. They didn't switch, did they? They did. They're just... Oh, I'm just being an idiot. Iyad Mohammed. Nice. Nino. Look. Quieto. Hennig. Santos. Brilliantly constructed. Tidal wave of players. Somebody's got to score, and it's Max Hennig. Who is quietly, but not quietly, putting together a very good season on loan. He calls off Mohammed and chips it into the corner. A tidal wave of UD Malia bodies there, pushing forward to try and ice the match, and Malia has iced the match and produced a home win, clean sheet against Sevilla. A home win, clean sheet. Oh, yes. All right, Harun Ibrahim's about to he's one goal or assist away from getting a $100,000 contract clause to pay out. I realize we are paying him a ridiculous amount of money, but it's the only way we can get him on the team. All right, this is great news. This guy was dead weight on our team. We decided that we didn't want him to be a part of the club anymore, and we couldn't find a deal for him in the offseason. But we have managed to find a deal to send him to Temperley in the second division of Argentina. Vicente Barberini signed for the end of the season last year. He did the job that he needed to do. He played a couple matches. He had some good match ratings. But he just wasn't, especially as a non-EU player, he just wasn't a part of the team this year the way we saw it. And so it's very good that we found a move that, he goes back to Argentina and continue his career at a higher level than he was at before. Šeško, oh, baby. Manchester United with the goal. Benjamin Šeško. Surely not. Surely not, he says. Surely not. Well, Jean-Philippe Crasso, what do you have on your playing time? Regular starter. Is he demanding to leave or what? No, let's see if we can just lower his playing time expectation here. Compromise. Squad player. He's content with that. Cool. No issues, Mr. Crasso. No issues. I see no issues. Duran will be back after this international break. Nice. Where are we at in the league? We are currently third. It's really just the big three, chat. It's really just the big three. It's Real Madrid, it's Barcelona, it's Melilla.
Nice.
Yeah, really just the big three. We've got the the fourth best defense in the league. Real Madrid, Barcelona, and Mallorca are all tied at 10 goals conceded. I have a worse goal difference than Mallorca, but 4 more points. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. Jamil Elias, no. Jakob Naumann, as our scouting reports continue to come in here. We have no idea how good he is, so I'm going to need you to scout him again. Gabriel Rivera, signed with Cruzeiro instead of us, which was a real heartbreaker of the last transfer window. His asking price is now, of course, $12 million instead of whatever it was before, which was much cheaper. Leon Venchel. Not a very quick guy. I think he goes more on the maybe list instead of the list where we got to scout everybody all the time. You know what I'm saying, dog? We should almost be done with the Youth World Cup, guys. Tiberius, 69 months. Nice. And Mikey, thank you for the Prime. Welcome to an Elite Online Gaming. Oh, that could have been bad. All right, tight groin for both those guys. Kuselia Bualia. Could be good. And we have the scouting department to be able to do this now. Selin Steven of Papua New Guinea. No. We're down to 32. Looks like there's plenty of youth World Cup guys that are still there as well. So we will see how that goes. Maybe there's one more wonder kid we haven't scouted yet. Full-time 1-1, the hair stays. Remarkable. Absolutely remarkable. He misses it by 1 goal. The hair stays. Olmedo's making improvements. He's unlocking every hidden nook and cranny of his potential that Barcelona clearly overlooked. He ended up in the exact right spot and has played his way into La Liga and is now a good player in La Liga. Dude's literally never cutting his hair. No, it's going to be a really long time, though. When it happens, it's going to be pretty crazy. Okay, so this guy has actually got some potential. He's just not smart. He has a chance to be a professional footballer. I wish he would have the opportunity to take it. But what's the next game for? I mean, it's away against Valencia. We just got a little November international break before it. Iyad Muhammad handed Comoros call up. Yeah, we're looking to move him in January. Ooh, he's 17. Okay. All right. You have my attention. Ernesto Centurion from Cerro Porteño. Kenai. I'm not going crazy. But I like the look of him. I like what he's got going on. He's glad they drew. Maybe, but it's got to be getting annoying. And you probably want to cut it before the summer because it's going to be hot in the summer. What tier are you in these days? You ready for me to blow your mind, dude? We are in La Liga. So why? Why are we now reducing the size of our scouting staff? What are we doing? He just reduced the size of our scouting staff and our coaching staff. Why? We're due for... No, he's not the new president. This is Eusebio Calzada. This is the guy that's been the president the whole time. Why? Well, I guess we'll just leave the guys that we've hired into that team. And I guess they're saying that we're having financial issues or something. Yeah, vote him out. That's true. I can't believe he would do this right before the election. We've got to vote him out. Every Malia club member knows the truth. This man... all the success that's happened at this club, he is not responsible for. He is instead an emotional terrorist who is paid for by Papa Perez at Real Madrid to try to hold us down because they are afraid of what we can be. They are afraid of what we can be. He is a fun Chinese wonder kid, unbelievable athlete. Godwill Kakonki. That is one hell of a center back. Sorry, Kaba. Yeah, sorry. You are definitely no longer on the yes list. Sorry, Kaba. Get it? Sorry. Aha! Intriguing. Yes, intriguing. Intriguing. A bit of something there. Julio Acuna, no. Tom Wilson Brown. Yeah, why did this guy, you're sending me an intermediary report like that guy's going to somehow blow my socks off. I'm going to see him and just start drooling all over myself. That's not how this works. Lucas Espinola. Yeah, your name's annoying to say with where the accent is, and I don't actually... You got low determination. I don't think you're actually going to turn into anything. See you later, Lucas. Stop going full screen. That forehead scared my cat. Mohammed Al-Karini could change a direction. He's a wiggly lad. Fairly professional as well, so we will want to keep an eye on El-Karini. Naif Al-Shahiri. Fairly professional. He is level-headed. That professionalism's obvious. Oh, my goodness, he's getting paid $2 million a year. It's just not worth it. It's not worth it. QPR's Harvey Vale. Didn't they get relegated? Brother, in League One asking for $8 to $10 million. That's insane. But because they're in League One and that guy's a right back that I would love to have on my team, then we're not going to be so sad there. I watched your thank you 60K YouTube video the other day. Quite motivating. Bro, I haven't watched that in a long time. Did you ever think you would come this far? I didn't know what I was going to do with my life, but I knew it was going to be a bit of a different direction. I will say that. I always knew I was going to be a different direction. I didn't know until it was like revealed to me that this is really what I love to do. And this is what I wanted to do, but I always knew I was going to do something because I wasn't going to settle for anything less than doing something. Ooh, 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 ooh. Take your horses and hold on to them with this one. Ooh. 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 It's very expensive. So he's not somebody that we're putting on the yes list as somebody we could go after right now. All right, Leandro Felipe. I'm willing to guess that you're not very good. Well, you got the reflexes, you got the one-on-ones, you got the aerial reach. Okay. You've won me over. You're very cheap as well, so it makes sense as a maybe. Del Falco, Aguirre, Milton Jensen. You're 21, so we'll keep the report. Mats Bongsbo. The Bangs brother. Guy pops up all the time on those like side of the page ads. You know, I have very, very famous guy. I don't know what that's about. You ever been to St. Bart's or nearby islands? Yeah, I have. I have not been to St. Bart's. I've been to St. Martin, which is next door to St. Bart's. I've looked at St. Bart's. I grew up in Florida, and so the Caribbean was always very, very accessible. My family still lives down there. Understandably, if you are in Florida, the Caribbean, whether through cruise ships or just a very short flight, is very, very accessible. Have you been to the island? I've not been to St. Bart's. Now, Epstein's on the... It is in the British Virgin Island chain, though. Or somewhere around there. I remember when I was in the British Virgin Islands, they were like, yeah, it's right over there. And I was like... And we haven't, like, blown it up yet? Like, what do you mean it's right over there? Dude, we were in the Virgin Islands for like 4 or 5 days, which are just a lot of really tiny islands, kind of all in a very close together chain. And they're like, oh yeah, Epstein's Island's over there. It was like all right as all that was breaking. It was a long time ago. Yeah, there was like, that's a little close proximity for me, dude. I'm not trying to get caught in the crossfire. People are gonna be like, the geolocation data of Zealand on November the 17th of 2018. A little close there, buddy. Little close. Yeah, you get like I don't know, just like for me, you get a bit of a weird feeling in the pit of your stomach just being in a location that is like, oh yeah, it's right over there. And you're like, oh, I want to move in the opposite direction. You know, I'm like, oh, wow, the vibes have gone down significantly since I learned that. Just bizarre. Yeah. Now I've been to a lot of different parts of the Caribbean. Cayman. I really like Cayman. I've been to Puerto Rico. I've been to the Dominican Republic, República Dominicana. I like both. Great food. Can't understand a word. I've been to Curacao, Aruba, and Bonaire at the bottom. I've been to the British Virgin Islands and the U.S. Virgin Islands. Kind of hard not to hit both of them when you're there. This guy, a yes list player. He's very good. Belinsky. Brian Pena. You're Floridian, you're technically Caribbean. Depends on where in Florida you're from. You got a couple options with that. You're either from North Florida, in which case you might as well be from Alabama, or you're from Central Florida, in which case you're probably from New York and you really love Disney, or you're from Southern Florida, in which case you're probably Pitbull. And that is definitely the Caribbean part of Florida. Puerto Rico mentioned. My favorite country that's part of the U.S. A fact perpetually lost on some. Marcial Godo. No. Rabbi Matondo. I don't think I'm going to like him, but you never know. Maybe we need a pace winger when we hit the stopping point there. He's not that good. Leonardo Bovo. He's also not that good. I mean, we got to up our game here with these recommendations, boys. I'm at Durgen Yildirim. My guy's got 11 reflexes, no other discernible skills other than being tall. Magnus the Norwegian, thank you for the prime. Welcome to the Hammers. Enjoy the bacon, enjoy the emotes, enjoy your lack of ads, and welcome to an elite online gaming. My favorite U.S. country is Mexico. Mine's Canada. My Thanksgiving. And if you're from Tampa, you're a swamp rat. I am comfortable in a swamp. Not the most comfortable, but I did canoe to school every day. Maybe. He's a maybe list. Yastin, this guy is a free agent. Don't get many of those this time of year. Everybody must really hate you, huh? How depressed is he? Tell me in detail. Nicaragua's goalkeeper, Miguel Rodriguez. You don't get a lot of Nicaraguans in these parts. No. Michael Baldissimo of the Philippines national team. Perfectly serviceable player. I'm not interested. Mile Ianus. Lack of depth recommendation from Ronaldo McDonaldinho, our general manager. Very esteemed individual. And he's recommended a wonder kid. That is very nice of him to have recommended a wonder kid in Mile Ianus. If I had a bunch of disposable cash, then maybe we would be interested. Nael Mesatu, a fringe Chilean national team player who plays for Apoel Beersheva. Ile Hagag, Israeli international at Beitar Jerusalem. Bet he has a few hot takes. Ooh, there's an Israeli wonder kid. You can play if you can play if you can play. Put him on the list. Nathan Okumu Monkoi. Somewhere there is a fan in Spain that cannot wait to play against this guy. Can't wait. All those Vinicius fans can't wait. AZ, the board doesn't let me improve facilities the past 4 years. The option doesn't appear in the board request. Are you at the top level? Nah, for real though. That is a rough last name for that guy to have if he is around the wrong sort of person. That is a rough last name for that guy to have if he pulls up to a Spanish league match anytime soon. They'd be like, look, the whole stadium was just chanting his name. Do you know Floridians are the loudest Americans? I would go with Minnesota personally. New York is pretty loud. Yeah, maybe Boston or New Jersey. Anything Boston, New Jersey, New York. I don't know, there's some about the loud Minnesota accent can be really rough. It's like a pretty stereotypical, you know, if you're going to borrow a phrase like a Karen accent or something. They're loud in different ways. That's very fair. That is very true. They're loud in different ways. I'm gonna put him on a maybe. No. Why? How did I not see the Dreads' big matches fast enough? 21-year-old Welsh guy's about to get an absolute shock when he shows up, and my whole team's better than him. Whatever, he'll get over it. You're all loud when you come to Europe. Yeah, you guys are too. I don't know. I feel it the most in Scandinavia, in France. As somebody that is fortunate enough, obviously, to go to a lot of different places, I feel the most out of place in Scandinavia and France. Everybody's just so... Not everybody. I mean, you can't... There's no sweeping generalizations here, but... some of my best friends are Swedish. Like, some of my actual best friends. It's not like... I just get the feeling that particularly in Scandinavia, if they get your order wrong, you're not going to say anything. You know, like that's the best way I can describe it. You know, my best friend is, I mean, you know him, it's Nim. Nim's one of my great friends in this life, and he is Swedish. This is why they never liked Zlatan. Because we respect personal space. See, that's another part of it. There is a general sense. We've talked about this on stream before. Where, like, I don't know how to describe it, but people that are not Scandinavian also go to Scandinavia and they feel the same thing. It's part, like, being content and part just being elitist in some way. And it's really hard to figure out where the line is between those two things, like between being happy and content and between being, like, a little snooty. Just a little snooty. A tad snooty. Now, granted, being that towards Americans, totally fair. We're very rough around the edges, very loud, we rub against Scandinavian sensibilities in a lot of ways. Yeah. But it's like, it is not just Americans that I've discussed this with. It is other Europeans that are not from Scandinavia that have felt the same thing. Very polite, rude. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. That's a good way to put it. We just know when to shut our mouths. No, I mean, that's obviously part of it. I am in no way pretending that Americans are better than anyone. Oftentimes we can be worse. I am in public trying to process this feeling and observation. I have no idea where I'm going with it. But it is definitely just like a little feeling. Maybe it's because they're all like 6'5", dude. Every Scandinavian that ends up in the U.S., particularly in Florida and New York, is like, what are you here for? Oh, modeling. You know, and you're like, ugh. You know, like, what do you do for work? Like, actually, I've been on a 3-year sabbatical where I became a professional bungee jumper. And then I learned how to cook. And then I was on a cooking show. And, you know, this was, of course, in Spain because I'm fluent in 7 languages. And, yeah, now why am I in New York? Because I want to be. And I'm living in I'm living right downtown in Manhattan somehow. And yeah. I just feel like that's a conversation I've had multiple times, and you're like, how? Are you the American that was in the paper for loudly asking for directions for McDonald's in central Copenhagen? That's a very American thing to do. Survival bias, it's rich European kids in the US. That's valid. But I also have been to Sweden 5 times. Particularly, I've been to Denmark 3. Yeah. No, I mean, look. When I was up wherever you're hanging out waiting to be born, right? I was sitting there like, Stockholm, baby, come on. Sweden. And then I came out and they were like, Florida. And I was like, dude, what the? So. Come to Portugal to show you what life is about. I've been to Portugal twice. It's quite lovely. It was quite lovely. I really enjoyed Portugal. GG, go next. Exactly. Can I get a re-roll? Can I get a re-roll on Florida? I mean, I could have at least hit like, Nah, Florida's not bad. I loved growing up in Florida. Doo-doo. I don't know. France scares me. I feel like I'm being judged the whole time, and I'm not a very fashion conscious person. So France really just scares the hell out of me. England's all right. England just feels like Ohio. Basically everywhere that's not London, and then London feels like New York. Spain, Italy, and Greece all feel very similar. I feel like they're sleeping the whole time unless it's 3 a.m. and then everybody's awake. Portugal's also included in that. I don't feel like anybody has a job. Like, it's just a bunch of 60-year-old dudes sitting on white stools, smoking and eating really amazing food. Germany, also a little scary. Germans are equal parts like that one math major you're friends with in college, and they're drunk all the time. But they can't get too drunk. How am I doing with my stereotypes, chat? I know the ones about America, too. We're incredibly loud. Dude, I cringe watching other Americans walk around Europe sometimes. I'm just like, oh no, here they are. They're so loud, fanny packs on, dad's got the beer belly. There's like 5 kids running around. They're all wearing Tevas. And they're like, oh, look at that, honey. Isn't that just the prettiest river you've ever seen? Or it's like 8 college dudes who are all staying in a 2-bedroom B&B. I have not been to Bulgaria, no. Austria is just full of people that are German that think they're cooler for not living in Germany. Switzerland is full of people that have a ton of money, definitely think they're better than you, and just don't ask them about it. Liechtenstein is made up. The Netherlands is basically Scandinavia on mainland Europe. Belgium is also made up. I feel like I got that. Yeah. I'm a waiter in Berlin, and American tourists frequently ask me if they can pay with dollars. The only people that dare to ask if they can pay in their own currency. Look, all you need to understand about Americans, right? Like, and I think something that really flicks a switch for a lot of people when they're dealing with Americans is if you grow up in Europe, you cannot imagine a world where you grow up and you don't interact with other countries ever. Ever. Not a single other country. If you were born in northern Texas, if you were born in Nebraska, Kansas, Chicago, like Atlanta, if you were born in Frankfort, Kentucky, if you were born in Denver, Colorado, if you were born in Phoenix, Arizona, you very likely have never been to another country, have never interacted with another country. If you did, it was on a cruise or a guided tour to London and Paris where you saw a couple of fancy things on a once-in-a-lifetime trip. Like, I grew up in Florida, which is a very diverse state, even by American standards. The majority of the kids I grew up with have never been north of North Carolina. They have never been to a state that they weren't, or they'd never been to another country that they weren't taken to on a cruise ship. The vast majority. So when you are interacting with an average American person, you are interacting with somebody that has really nearly no firsthand experience or knowledge of any country outside of their own. And that comes in hand with they have been force-fed the fact that America is the greatest country in the world their entire lives. They're missing out. I agree. I love travel. But the United States is a self-sufficient half-continent by itself. Right? And so if you are, like, just keep that in mind when you're interacting with Americans. If you look through that lens at Americans, the way they are acting makes sense. Right? They don't even know the currency in Germany until they get there, or they go a week before and they go, oh, it's the euro, and then they exchange it at the airport. They don't know. Now, I agree that the U.S. is like a collection of several countries in terms of the cultural diversity between L.A., Chicago, Kansas, Denver, New York, and Florida. Yes, there is a pretty serious cultural difference between those places. But those are cultural differences that people that grow up in the U.S. are familiar with because they're exposed to them. But should they know? I mean, you can make the argument that like every American should on their own go and learn about the rest of the world because it's available online and they can watch shows and whatever. I don't know. It's like a late night stream, at least for me. So I feel like it's a fun topic to talk about. I know some people are probably sitting here like, dude, will you just click what short list you want this guy to go in? How about we keep an eye on him? But I think it's like my goal as a bridge between a lot of you guys is like I'm the only American you guys interact with on a fairly regular basis, is to try and build a bridge of understanding in some ways. Because the majority of Americans don't make enough money to travel to other countries. I mean, Europe is a long flight. And I think more importantly, I think even more important than that, because you're right, a round trip to London's like $600 or something. If you really save up and you're determined to do it and you really feel like travel is a necessary part of life, you can get there. You know what I mean? But travel is in cultural interaction is not an ingrained part of American culture. It's just not. The majority of Americans you will meet they feel no need to travel. They don't understand the purpose. Everything you want is in the United States. You want a beach? Boom. Go to Hawaii. Go to Florida. Go to LA. You want amazing, beautiful forests? Go to Northern California or Oregon or Washington. You want some of the best skiing in the world? We got that. We got that mountain range. You want to just freeze your balls off? We got North Dakota. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got everything that you could want. We got huge desert. We got huge mountains. We got beautiful forests. We got old mountains, And so there is a very real, significantly large part of the U.S. culture that doesn't understand the need to interact with the rest of the world. They don't want to because they're afraid, and I think also there is another collection of people that are afraid. I mean, Mombot obviously is my actual mother. And we have family friends that are genuinely terrified of leaving the country, like worried that if they go to Italy, they're going to die. Because because that lack of exposure and that lack of knowledge they're convinced that somehow the medical services are messed up, or, well, because we're not in the US, how do we know that the water's up to standard? And it's like, dude, the water is better. But they don't know that, right? They're afraid because they don't know and they're not exposed to it and they don't interact with people like that. Like, if you ask the average person, like, about the danger level in France or Germany or whatever, they're going to get it wildly wrong. And they're probably afraid to go there. If you drop them there, they'd be like, and I think not speaking the language is something that's also very, very intimidating for a lot of these people. And learning how to travel in areas where you don't speak the language and being able to kind of get by or learn a few words. I mean, it's an educational problem. It is. Education in the U.S. is not great. And I think the education that is focused on in the U.S. is a heavy emphasis on science and math. There is not as much emphasis on history and, learning about the world. But I will say this, on the flip side, I think there is a perception that the U.S. is like incredibly I think it's a mutual, it's like a mutual thing. It's probably worse in and out of the US, but there is a perception that like it is unbelievably dangerous to just exist in the US. That is not the feeling that I have. Obviously, that depends on location. There are certain parts of the US that I would definitely not want to be in right now. But I think generally speaking, and this is something you usually focus on in history too, because when you study history, the only things you're paying attention to are the big, huge historical events and the crazy things happening. And that oftentimes involves danger. And there's a line from Game of Thrones that I usually like to apply, which is, I think it was one of the characters from River Run, the Blackfish, I think. And he goes, "It gives me comfort in times of great distress that in most places, absolutely nothing is happening." But I think there is a very interesting part of that, right, which is gun culture. And I think that contributes to one, like when I go to London, I've been in the bad part of town in London before, and people are like, "You sure you want to go there?" And I'm like, dude, I feel like I'm in no danger at all here. Nobody's got guns, you know what I mean? But then you see the swords they pull out, right? And they're swords. You're like, oh, that's a problem, right? But guns are obviously a more immediate danger. And I think if you're European, you come over to the US and you're dealing with a culture that for whatever reason is determined to allow everybody to be armed with rifles at all times, like, it is a really uncomfortable feeling to know that that random dude on the subway could just be packing heat. Where when I grow up around that my entire life and have lived in fortunately relative safety, I'm more used to the fact that that random dude on the subway could just be packing heat, It's like a mental thing. I think that's basically every angle we can hit that conversation from at this point. But to me, it's always interesting to talk about, and I think it's important stuff to talk about. Again, as for a lot of you guys, the only American that you really get to interact with. In London, they just knife you. See, like it just doesn't scare me because I've grown up in a world where everybody can have a gun, and also I'm pretty fast. It's like, unless the dude's got a crossbow back there too, and we're taking this all the way back to the Middle Ages, I'm gone. Why pack heat when we're packing Willie? That's so true, dude. What's the point of packing anything other than your Willie? And we've already got one. Our Star Striker. They have mopeds. I've got juke moves. That thing doesn't have a turning radius. Yeah, I think in my experience living in the United States, The majority of Americans you could possibly meet, if you're able to get over whatever hurdle they put in front of you to liking them, which is like, can we pay in dollars, or being too loud where they're not supposed to be too loud because they don't know any better. If you actually talk to them, they're genuinely very nice people. It is not a mean, angry culture. It is a very friendly culture that can be a little overwhelming sometimes for people, but it is a very friendly culture. In Florida, it's a very friendly culture. We're holding doors open. We're saying hello when we walk by on the sidewalk, you know. We're letting the old lady sit down on the bus, right? Do, 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 do. All right, where am I putting Nikos Kourinsos? I got to decide at some point. I can't just stare at him forever. We're putting him on the keep a keen eye list. All right, we continue. Damn scouting reports. Naboya Miletic. Assuming this guy's on my Wonder Kid list. Cool. We're just at the point where we're updating our Wonder Kid list. And then there's Sebas Salazar, who we absolutely adore. It's a country with a very serious racism issue, and it feels like it's getting worse than getting better. It just depends on who you ask or like who you interact with. Yeah, obviously it is. I think there are parts of the world that also have very serious racism issues that do not deal with them as publicly as the US does. The US has a million issues, brother. A lot of them. And some of them are really bad. But they're, you know, like if you go to your average school in Florida, there's going to be like people from literally every corner of the world with every imaginable appearance, and we're all getting along. You know, in that, obviously, there's corners of the country in the US where that doesn't happen a lot of the time, and there's segments of society that maybe don't like that. But, you know, really diverse places in the US, like New York, like Florida, which are the two places that I've lived the vast majority of my life, there is an incredible amount of diversity relative to basically everywhere I've been in the world. Magnus, thank you for the prime, brother. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know how to say this, but this rings true for a lot of countries. It's really easy to not be racist when you don't have people of a lot of different races living in your country in large amounts. And all I can say is I hope in 100 years that the U.S. has taken a giant leap towards not being racist, but there is a global racism problem. It is not like the U.S. is some sort of horrific example of racism. That's my experience in traveling. One step at a time, man. I wish you could change a ton of people's minds with like the stroke of a pen or the wave of a hand. Doesn't work like that. It's really easy to not be racist. It is. And a lot of people that are racist have just not had the opportunity to interact with a normal human being of the race that they're racist against. Which is a shame, but that is another thing that travel helps cure. Like, I've been to China. You know, that helps you understand, like, China, which is a great enigma to so many people. Kieto, baby, he's cleared. Let's go. Get Habib there. I won't pretend that I like fully understand China or something, but it helps. What are we cleared for, Duran? 45? Ooh. One more match of Gabe Johnson. Dumpy, thank you for the 13 months, man. I appreciate you supporting the stream. Yeah, the most racist people I know live in areas where they have, it's pretty easy to find. Like, if somebody's ever openly racist around you, just be like, you ever hung out with somebody from there? The answer is usually no. Or they'll try and come up with an answer that's yes, and you're like, no, you haven't. Dude, that's crazy. I'm black and I was traveling in Europe. I was standing outside drinking a coffee, and some guy walking by put a €5 bill in my coffee as he walked by. Must have thought I was panhandling. Buh, buh. Most cultures are friendly, but all have mean, angry people. Of course, it's like the human condition. Some of us are just cursed to be jerks. Fortunately, it's none of us. You know what I'm saying? Now, it's also no matter how hard you try, there is always at least one human being on the face of the earth that thinks you're a jerk because you accidentally bumped into them on the sidewalk and they were having a bad day or anything less or more serious than that. It's just like the nature of the human condition. There's always going to be somebody that thinks you're annoying. We would never be jerks. Damn right, man. It would never be us. What is a good point of entry to the U.S. for a European? The most European part of the U.S. is the Northeast. New York is a city unto itself, but if you go to like, you know, Boston, it's going to feel very European. It's a walkable city. It's going to be more approachable. You're going to have a weird accent and Bostonians to deal with, right? But I think the Northeast, not only is it the closest, it was, you know, really the one that was brought up on that European culture where you find most of the rest of the U.S. was not. You know, the Southwest was brought up by Spanish culture and was part of Mexico for a long time. Florida was part of Spain for a very long time and has that Caribbean Spanish culture going on. The Southern United States is very culturally off from where you'd be, you know, used to. It's still very fun to experience, but, you know, you don't have walkable cities or, you know. Yeah, I think that going to the Northeast would be a good point of entry. Probably an airport. Yeah, good. No pressure on us, boys. Absolutely none. On the road against Valencia. Can we keep the good times rolling after our unbelievable, magic, unstoppable start to this season? Can we keep it going? Montreal's the most, no. I would say the most European city in North America is Quebec City. I think Montreal's been too Canadianized and Americanized. I think Quebec City is the most European city I've been to in North America. It literally has a citadel. It has like a wall. They speak French? I know, it is scary. What about San Juan? I mean, it just feels very Pirates of the Caribbean. At least if you're talking... Oh, guys! We're good! Tommy, get up! Get up, Tommy! We're good. We are good. We are good. We're good. We are good. That was a pretty bad defensive breakdown right there. Somebody tell me where Petrov was on that play. What's the most north you've been in England? I have been to Glasgow, Scotland, and I drove down from there. So about as north as you can go. Hennig. Oh, cheeky little back heel. Madu Murcia, Max Hennig, Max Hennig, Max Hennig. It's still Hennig. Matos, Hennig, Gabe Johnson. God, he hit that with his Oh, what was that? Why did I? Glasgow's about as north as you can go. I know Glasgow's in Scotland, and I know Glasgow's in the lowlands. He asked how far north I've been in England, and I drove down from Glasgow. So I've literally been as north as you can go in England, because at some point I hit the English border on the drive down. I did not mean to suggest that Glasgow was in England. Probably my favorite city in Europe, by the way. Glasgow. Incredible place. Loved every second there. Has a certain doomed romance. Hennig. Oh, nice cutback, dude! You gotta score, Nino! So much northern culture on the M1. I mean, I stopped in Liverpool. Is that acceptable? I've been to Liverpool multiple times. All right, we could have had a goal in this first half, so I want to focus on the shots and say, look, we're doing well. We're 0-0 on the road against an established La Liga club like Valencia, that we're doing well. We're doing well at that point. You been to Rotterdam? Yeah, I have been to Rotterdam. It's kind of just a city. I mean, I don't know if there was a huge takeaway. I love the giant bridge through the middle, but Rotterdam feels like a normal, like, German, Central West European city. Come on, boys. Come on, boys. Good, okay. Good recovery by Petrov. Forced him to hit it first time. It's not an easy finish, necessarily. We're okay. Subs. Mayans. Let's go. Sergi, you're in. Madu Mercy is even looking nervous today. That's not good. Yam Yogo, you're in for Almeida. We're going to leave Simeon Petrov out there. All right, looking at the left back position, Hennig is doing okay. Yanez, on the other hand, and don't think I haven't noticed, he's dropped a few stinkers today. He has not actually been on his game. We're going to give Kieto a little bit more time and just stick those 3 subs. Not getting good ratings on the back line. Guys are not doing a good job at keeping track of players. I mean, I know we're clean sheeting, but Matos got to be a little more active there. Be a little more active there. Oh, not good from Sergi Mayans. Petrov steered away by Setford. We have Paul Duran. I'm going to bring in Duran for Matos because I like the fact that Johnson's doing that, and I want to give us a little bit more offensive understanding here. And then my last sub is going to be Kieto, who clearly isn't getting it done today, chat. We've got De Leon, or we have Lima, or we have Habib. We're going to cancel out Habib because he's apprehensive. Do we feel Jeremy De Leon or Marv De Lima? Xanadu, thank you for the prime. Welcome to an Elite Online Gaming community. All right, both chats are saying they want to go with De Lima. All right, we're going to give Marv De Lima the look, chat. Let's see if you guys are right. I turned to the fans behind the bench to see who they might want to sub in. It's Duran and De Lima. Our captain on the field. Can he inspire a late goal to take the 3 points from Valencia? Hey, Beezass, I'm glad you're having fun, dude. I want to play the women in this game at some point. It's like it feels like a completely different game. The match engine is a little different. You don't know any of the players, or at least I don't, and so that it adds a lot of depth to the game for me there, because I'm not, oh, I recognize this guy. It's part of the reason why playing in the lower leagues is so much fun to me, is by the time I get up to the top leagues, the landscape has shifted somewhat. Armageddon, thank you for the prime, brother. Why does our line feel so high? Why does our line feel so high? All right, let's try and press them before they can deliver that ball. But I mean, it's the 89th minute. That is a back-breaking time to allow a goal. Double overlapping center backs. We have the ball long enough, get involved in the attack, and just leave Petrov by himself. Damn, brother! No dice. No diggity. Oh, I didn't. That's my bad. Hey, don't think I'll forget this, chat. Both of you. YouTube and Twitch. You said DeLima. He dropped to 6.4 in like 15 minutes. Don't think I won't remember that. Every highlight they had was the same thing. I know, that's why I was complaining about like where my line was. Just felt like our line was playing too high that game. I don't know why. I checked it to make sure that it wasn't. But yeah, we got caught in a way that you don't usually see us get caught with those balls over the top. There's two ways to address that. You either try to bring your team forward in order to prevent them from being able to play those balls in the first place, or you drop the line. Now, what you could do is obviously tight mark and press the guys that you feel like are delivering those balls, like it was the same guy every time who's delivering those balls. Then you're going to have to maybe go after that one guy. But that was just a general, their forwards were just timing up runs and we were letting it happen. And we do not see that happen to us a lot. So that was definitely disappointing the way that ended up going. All right, thank goodness Barberini's back. I was so worried after we've already completely agreed that transfer for him to leave in January 1st. I was so incredibly worried. I mean, I just get the worst draws in the history of the Cup. I am now in La Liga, and I am somehow still playing a La Liga team in the second round of the Cup. I thought it was seeded. How? There's 64 teams in the Cup at this round, and I am still playing a La Liga team. How is that possible? Kusalia Bualia? No. I know he's all fellow North African, but no. Bro, I mean, when we were down in the we were down in the third division, we got Barcelona and Real Madrid back to back in the round of 32 and the round of 16. We somehow beat Barcelona and got murdered. I got Real Madrid in the second round last year, in the round of 64. And even before Barcelona, we had, bro, I have never played in my Copa del Rey career a non-top flight team after the first round. Ever. I played the Copa del Rey now 3 times. The first time we played it, we got Vallecano in the second round, then Barca, then Real Madrid. Then we got Real Madrid in the second round last year. There's 64 teams. Unbelievable. Doesn't make any mathematical sense. Is it seeded by reputation? Is crazy. Would make sense. A very loud siren right outside. Somehow still getting louder. I think they're parking in my bedroom. They're seeded by how you rated FM26 on Steam. That tracks. I actually haven't written my official review yet. FBI raid. We saw your article in the German news. You're a foreign agent. No, it's gone now. They just got stuck in traffic or something. You always play the first division team, especially if you're from a lower division. Well, good news. I'm in La Liga, so I am now playing a La Liga team in the second round. Riddle me that, conspiracy theorists. Riddle me that. Take that, conspiracy theorists. There is no logical explanation remaining. We have not had a lot of Costa Ricans. Andre Jimenez was the first, but I imagine there's a few more Costa Ricans left. All right, chat. Obviously wasn't able to get on until later today. We are going to button things up, but we will be on tomorrow and the next day as well. And I hope to see you guys there. No raid today. We're just going to send it off. I know a lot of you guys got to go to sleep and such. But love you guys. Thank you for the excellent vibes today. Excellent conversations. Pretty good results overall. I mean, we're ending the day camping in third in the league, even though we did just lose at Valencia. Our end goal of surviving and staying in the league this year is looking absolutely tremendous. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see how long we can sustain in the current spot we're at. But everything is going way better than we would have hoped up to this point. Okay. No, I am not, Ollie. No, I am not. I'll see you guys tomorrow at the normal time. Have a great rest of your day. Bye. Bye. Bye.